Archangel Michael says, I ordered you to open this now. You have been warned someone in your family is a betrayer. Archangel Michael says, my child, the shadows that linger in your home tonight are not ordinary. Someone who smiles at your happiness, who nods at your victories, carries a secret that could shake the foundation of your life. You must open your eyes fully, for the truth is arriving in moments, sharp and unyielding. Feel the air around you tighten, the silence stretching unnaturally. Every creak of the floor, every whisper of wind against the windows, carries a message meant only for you. These are not coincidences, they are signals from heaven, guiding you toward clarity that cannot wait. The one who betrays you has observed quietly, masking envy with kindness. Their words, their gestures, their very presence have been tools in a plan designed to manipulate, to exploit, and to hide their true intentions. Tonight, the veil lifts, and the one you trusted the most will reveal themselves in ways you never imagined. Type Amen 333 to get your blessing. Do not dismiss the subtle unease you feel in your chest. It is a signal, a ripple sent by the universe warning you that patience is no longer safe. You have been careful, thoughtful, and loving, but love alone cannot protect you from a traitor's hidden motives. Your instincts are alive now. Pay attention to every subtle signal, every glance, every pause. The betrayer is someone who knows your routines, your patterns, your weaknesses. They have smiled when you thrived, but those smiles have always been rehearsed, calculated, designed to mislead. Tonight, you will sense the first crack in their mask, a glimpse into the truth they hoped you would never see. The house you call home has seen secret glances exchanged, whispers behind closed doors, and silences that were meant to confuse. Each act of betrayal has been small, almost invisible, but the cumulative weight is immense. The moment for revelation is here, and heaven itself nudges you to observe, to recognize, to act. Type Amen 444 to get your blessing. Remember, the betrayer thrives in your ignorance. The more you doubt your feelings, the more power they hold. Michael says, trust the stirrings in your heart, for it is the compass that will lead you to the truth. Nothing in this world is as deceptive as a familiar face hiding malice, and you are about to see it unveiled. Notice the details you once ignored, the subtle eye contact, the hesitation in speech, the small actions that did not match words. These breadcrumbs have been left for you to follow. Ignore them at your own risk, for heaven has timed this revelation perfectly. Type Amen 555 to get your blessing. Your patience, your kindness, and your loyalty have been exploited, but your awareness now is a shield. The traitor will act, but Michael says, the one who knows they are watched is never as dangerous as the one who is prepared. Observe carefully. Every detail is a piece of the puzzle, every movement a key to understanding who hides behind the mask of love. Tonight, the first confrontation may not be loud, but its impact will resonate deeply. The betrayer's plan, carefully woven over years, will begin to unravel before your eyes. Michael says, courage is not the absence of fear, but the strength to act when fear is strongest. Hold your heart steady, my child, for clarity and protection arrive together. Type Amen 666 to get your blessing. The one you suspect least is often the one whose envy runs deepest. A parent, a sibling, a cousin, someone whose love you never doubted has watched, waited, and schemed. They have memorized your hopes, your dreams, and your vulnerabilities, turning them into leverage. Michael says, awareness is your sword, intuition is your shield. A sudden realization may strike tonight. You might replay memories in your mind, noticing small inconsistencies, subtle gestures, and words that now seem rehearsed. These are not coincidences, they are the fingerprints of betrayal, revealed through divine timing. Type Amen 777 to get your blessing. Do not confront the betrayer too soon. Patience now is strategic, for acting prematurely can give them the advantage. Watch, wait, and gather evidence through observation. Michael says, the mind that understands is stronger than the hands that strike blindly. Wait for the right moment, and the truth will reveal itself fully. Even the smallest interactions tonight may carry weight. A misplaced object, a sudden change in tone, a glance exchanged with another, they are all threads in the tapestry of truth. Heaven whispers, guiding you to notice and understand before the revelation becomes unavoidable. Type Amen 888 to get your blessing. You will feel a surge of emotion, shock, anger, disbelief, but remain grounded. The revelation is necessary, and your reaction will define the next steps. Michael says, emotion is the fire, but wisdom is the vessel that contains it. Do not let anger blind your sight. Observe the betrayer as they unknowingly reveal themselves through actions that cannot be fully masked. The house, the rooms, the corridors, they all hold evidence if you look closely. Pay attention to patterns that repeat, words that contradict actions, and gestures that betray hidden intentions. Tonight, your heart will understand what your eyes alone cannot yet see. Type Amen 999 to get your blessing. The night feels heavier now, my child, as if the very walls of your home are pressing in to reveal secrets long hidden. Someone you love and trust is closer than ever, yet farther than your awareness could reach. Archangel Michael says, every step they take, every word they whisper, carries the weight of their hidden intentions. You must watch with eyes that see beyond appearances. A sudden knock echoes from a distant room, and your pulse jumps. That sound, innocuous to most, signals a movement you cannot ignore. The betrayer is active tonight, and even the smallest action carries significance that will unravel a hidden web of deceit. The light flickers in the hallway, and a shadow stretches unnaturally across the floor. You feel a presence, a gaze that is not yours alone. Michael says, trust the sensations that stir your skin, my child. They are the first whispers of truth, guiding you to the revelation that cannot be delayed. Every word spoken by this family member tonight will carry dual meaning. Beneath casual conversations, beneath laughter and smiles, lies a current of manipulation that has been carefully honed over months, perhaps years. Type Amen 333 to get your blessing. Pay attention to who asks questions about your routines, your plans, your secrets. The betrayer is searching, probing, mapping your life for advantage. Even gestures that seem insignificant, adjusting a glass, glancing at a screen, are calculated to mislead and conceal intent. A sudden sound from the kitchen draws your attention. You freeze, heart racing, knowing this is no ordinary noise. Michael says, your awareness is your protection, my child. Every small ripple tonight is a clue, every movement a thread in the tapestry of betrayal. You notice the smallest inconsistencies in behavior. Someone who usually arrives late now comes early, someone who laughs at jokes now stays silent. Your mind registers the unusual patterns even before your heart allows disbelief. Type Amen 444 to get your blessing. The betrayer's confidence is growing as they believe their deception remains undetected. But Michael says, nothing escapes the eyes of the vigilant. The smallest crack in their mask will widen under the light of truth. Tonight, patience and observation are more powerful than confrontation. A message pops up on your phone, a casual text from the person you least suspect. At first glance, it seems innocent, but your intuition screams warning. Every detail matters: the punctuation, the timing, the subtle choice of words, it all points to the hidden agenda behind a familiar face. Archangel Michael says, "Prepare yourself, my child, for the revelation is imminent. Your discernment now will protect you from the betrayal that has lingered in silence far too long." Type Amen 555 to get your blessing. You notice the betrayer's eyes linger too long on your personal space, a subtle intrusion meant to gauge your reaction. Michael says, "Even shadows carry truth. Observe carefully, for the mask will slip, and when it does, you will see clearly who stands against you in disguise." The air in the room feels electric, every sound amplified. A fork drops from the kitchen table, and your instincts alert you immediately it is not clumsiness. Someone moves with purpose, someone whose intent has always been hidden behind familiarity and warmth. You replay the family gatherings in your mind, remembering words and gestures that now feel heavy with new meaning. Those smiles, those encouraging words, they were tools of manipulation, carefully crafted to maintain trust while the betrayer plotted in silence. Type Amen 666 to get your blessing. A sudden movement in the living room catches your eye. The betrayer turns, unaware that your attention has sharpened. Your expression changes for a fraction of a second, too brief for casual observation, but enough for your instincts to recognize the shadow of deceit. Michael says, "Patience, my child. The universe is revealing the truth in stages. Do not rush, do not react too soon. Clarity arrives when your awareness meets the final thread of their deception. Your mind races, connecting moments from the past that once seemed trivial. A misplaced item, a whispered comment, a glance shared secretly, all signals now point to the same truth. Betrayal has been closer than you imagined." You take a deep breath, grounding yourself as the realization grows. The betrayer is someone whose love you never questioned, whose loyalty you assumed was unwavering. Michael says, "Strength comes not from confrontation alone, but from seeing clearly and preparing wisely." Type Amen 777 to get your blessing. The house seems to hold its breath, as if aware that tonight the hidden will be revealed. Every creak, every whisper, every shadow is a message meant to guide your eyes and heart. You feel the tension in the air, knowing that each step the betrayer takes now brings them closer to exposure. A glance at the family member across the room makes your stomach tighten. Their casual smile seems strained, their laughter slightly off-key. Something is coming, something unavoidable, and you are prepared to see it unfold fully. Michael says, "My child, courage is required now. Witness the unveiling with steady heart. Your perception will be your shield, and your clarity your sword." Type Amen 888 to get your blessing. You notice the betrayer fiddling with objects, seemingly unconsciously. Every motion is deliberate, testing your reaction, seeking to maintain their control. But tonight, you are not blind. Michael says their confidence is their weakness. Observe closely, and the truth will strike with undeniable force. Even in casual conversation, you sense manipulation. The words are soft, seemingly harmless, but the intent behind them is sharp. Tonight, every detail matters, every subtle sign carries weight, and your awareness will expose the hidden. The betrayer's calculated calm contrasts sharply with your growing understanding. Michael says, "My child, the storm approaches, but you are prepared. Watch, listen, and let the truth reveal itself fully without interference." Type Amen 999 to get your blessing. Archangel Michael says, "My child, the moment of exposure is now closer than your heartbeat. Every move made by the betrayer tonight carries the weight of revelation. Watch carefully, for the truth will unfold in ways that will leave no room for doubt. The betrayer's steps are soft, but deliberate, almost whispering against the floorboards. You notice subtle changes, the hesitation in their breath, the flicker of their eyes, the slight trembling of hands they thought controlled every gesture. Michael says these small tremors are the cracks in the mask they wore for too long. Observe, discern, and remember, the unseen is always revealed at the right time. The air in the room seems to pulse with anticipation, thick and almost tangible. You feel the betrayer's attention turn subtly, scanning your reaction, unaware that your vigilance now matches their every move. The universe aligns with your awareness tonight, sending signals only perceptible to your sharpened senses. Type Amen 333 to get your blessing. The betrayer reaches for an object on the table, their fingers brushing against it with a precision that speaks of habitual control. Every minor action tonight is designed to test your focus, to gauge whether your awareness has truly awakened. Michael says, my child, every detail is deliberate. The betrayer reveals themselves in the small, the mundane, the seemingly trivial. You replay every recent conversation in your mind, now heavy with new meaning. Words once innocent now resonate with hidden motives, and phrases once overlooked carry the weight of cunning planning. Tonight, the veil of familiarity begins to shred under the light of revelation. Your pulse quickens as the betrayer shifts their gaze toward a familiar corner of the room. The intensity in their eyes is unmistakable, a momentary crack revealing true intent. Michael says, trust the signals that stir your heart, my child. They are divine messages guiding you toward the truth you deserve to see. Type Amen 444 to get your blessing. A sudden movement in the kitchen catches your peripheral vision. You freeze, every nerve alert, as the betrayer acts unconsciously to conceal their own anxiety. Every shadow, every object, every sound tonight carries significance. Michael says, patience and observation are stronger than any confrontation. The betrayer's own actions will betray them more than words ever could. You feel a chill as the betrayer draws nearer, a quiet confidence masking an inner turmoil. The house seems to react, holding its breath, as though aware of the climactic unveiling about to occur. Your awareness is your sword, and your intuition is your shield tonight. Type Amen 555 to get your blessing. The betrayer smiles, but it is a smile that trembles under the weight of hidden knowledge. Their confidence is beginning to erode, imperceptibly, almost unnoticeable, but the shift is real. Michael says, every mask eventually falls, my child. Even the most practiced deceivers cannot maintain illusion forever when met with divine awareness. You observe the subtle shift in posture, the stiffening of shoulders, the narrowing of eyes. The betrayer's carefully constructed facade begins to falter under your unwavering gaze. Tonight, their secret does not remain hidden. It seeps into the room like a shadow reluctantly leaving the light. A quiet sound, a dropped key, a shifting chair signals the betrayer's nervousness. You watch closely, heart steady, as the truth inches closer to full exposure. Michael says, the betrayer's weakness is revealed in their control slipping, in their attempts to manipulate that are now transparent. Type Amen 666 to get your blessing. Your mind races, connecting the dots of every small action, every misplaced word, every half-hidden glance. Betrayal, once hidden behind smiles and trust, now starts to manifest in subtle but undeniable ways. You sense the first wave of shock, an emotional tide rising as clarity arrives. The betrayer glances at you, perhaps sensing the shift in your awareness, but misjudging its depth. They try to maintain composure, yet a flicker of panic betrays them. Michael says, do not be deceived by temporary composure, my child. The truth will surface fully, and it will be unstoppable. You feel the betrayer's eyes dart to a family photograph, Their fingers twitch slightly, revealing an unspoken tension. Their plan, meticulously crafted over months, begins to unravel in moments of unconscious movement. Tonight, every gesture, every sigh, every pause is a thread revealing the tapestry of deceit. Type Amen 777 to get your blessing. A sudden silence falls, thick and heavy, as if the house itself is waiting for the climax. The betrayer's mask of normalcy cannot endure this heightened awareness. You feel a surge of certainty. What was hidden, what was denied, now cannot remain veiled. Michael says, "My child, the unveiling is near. Hold your heart steady, for clarity will strike with undeniable force." You sense the betrayer's energy shift, subtle but real. The tension, the unease, the carefully hidden agenda all converge tonight. You are the witness, the observer, and the one chosen to see what others cannot. The betrayer's hands fidget, betraying their calm exterior. A minor gesture, yet one that speaks volumes. Your awareness interprets it fully, understanding what they hoped would remain unseen. Michael says, "Observe and discern, my child." The betrayer cannot hide from the vigilant, and tonight, the truth triumphs. Type Amen 888 to get your blessing. Your heart beats in synchrony with the unfolding events, a rhythm that matches the tension in the room. The betrayer moves with deliberate care, yet every act carries an undercurrent of anxiety. Michael says, "My child, the betrayer's confidence is their undoing. Watch closely, for every action will lead to full revelation." A sudden realization hits the betrayer's plan, the motive, the hidden intentions all converge into one undeniable truth. You feel a surge of empowerment, knowing that the divine is guiding your awareness. The betrayer is exposed in ways they cannot yet comprehend. Type Amen 999 to get your blessing. The room is still, my child, yet charged with an energy that feels alive, almost sentient. Every corner seems to hold its breath, waiting for the moment of truth to arrive. Archangel Michael says, "Tonight, clarity will pierce the veil of familiarity. You will see what was always hidden, and your heart will recognize it immediately." You notice subtle movements, the betrayer's fingers tightening around a glass, the slight shift in posture, the way their gaze darts around seeking reassurance. These are not ordinary actions. They are fragments of tension, pieces of a puzzle waiting to complete themselves in your awareness. Michael says, "The betrayer's own anxiety betrays them. Watch carefully, my child, for the smallest signs will illuminate the largest truths." A muffled cough from the hallway draws your attention. Your senses sharpen, every instinct now heightened, ready to intercept deception in motion. The betrayer is unaware of your perception's depth, and every subtle gesture they make brings the revelation closer. Type Amen 333 to get your blessing. You replay every family gathering in your mind, now lit with the illumination of hindsight. Words, actions, and smiles once comforting now resonate with subtle cunning. The betrayer's careful orchestration begins to crumble under the scrutiny of your awakened awareness. A sudden creak near the doorway freezes your breath. The betrayer's movements are deliberate, but tonight they cannot hide the tremors of hidden guilt. Michael says, "Even the mightiest deception falters under the light of vigilance." Your clarity now is divine protection. The betrayer approaches, seemingly calm, yet their aura vibrates with tension. Every step is measured, every expression carefully controlled. But the cracks in their mask widen with every moment, unnoticed by all but you. Type Amen 444 to get your blessing. Your heart hammers as you observe a familiar smile that no longer feels genuine. Laughter falls hollow, words feel rehearsed, and the air carries a subtle charge of manipulation. Michael says, your awareness is the lens through which truth will be revealed. Trust what you see and feel, for the unseen is about to surface. A soft shuffle in the corner of the room catches your attention. The betrayer's hand brushes against a family photo, almost reverently, almost regretfully, and yet it is a calculated move. The layers of pretense are falling away, thread by thread, exposing intentions they never wanted you to see. Type Amen 555 to get your blessing. Every word they speak now is a double-edged whisper, carrying hidden meanings beneath the surface. Innocent questions are nothing but probes, testing your reactions, gauging how much you perceive. Michael says, tonight, my child, your insight pierces beyond the mask. Listen closely. The betrayer reveals themselves through every subtle choice. A sudden tension grips the air as the betrayer's eyes meet yours. There is a flicker of panic, swiftly masked by an attempt at normalcy. But your senses, sharpened by divine guidance, recognize the tremor, the small break in composure that signals concealed intentions. Type Amen 666 to get your blessing. You notice a pattern emerging in their behavior, the careful placement of objects, a glance that seems casual yet calculated, a hesitancy that wasn't there before. Each of these micro-actions is a signal, an echo of hidden motives now exposed to your awareness. Michael says, patience, my child. Observation now will reveal more than confrontation ever could. Witness carefully, for the truth is ascending. The betrayer's calm demeanor begins to crack under the invisible pressure of your attention. Every gesture, every movement now trembles with the weight of impending revelation. You feel the first surge of clarity, the unmistakable sense that the betrayal is no longer hidden. A soft laugh escapes the betrayer, thin and strained, an effort to maintain control. Yet even this laugh carries the weight of exposure, the tension barely masked beneath practiced familiarity. Michael says, even laughter can betray the deceiver. Watch with clarity, my child, for the final act approaches. Type Amen 777 to get your blessing. The betrayer fidgets with objects on the table, a pen, a napkin, a glass of water, as though these small manipulations could conceal their inner turmoil. But your awareness now intercepts every detail, and every motion becomes a confession of intent. Tonight, they cannot hide, and you are the witness to the unveiling. Your eyes trace the betrayer's every step, noting the micro-expressions that reveal discomfort, anticipation, and fear. Even their controlled breathing carries signals, subtle and undeniable, that expose the deceit woven into familiarity. Michael says, the betrayer's confidence is fleeting. Observe, my child, for every second draws them closer to undeniable revelation. Type Amen 888 to get your blessing. A sudden shift, a footstep too precise, a hand too deliberate triggers recognition. The betrayer's plan, carefully concealed, begins to unravel under the weight of your attention. You realize that everything, from smiles to small gestures, had been orchestrated, yet tonight their strategy falters. Michael says, my child, the moment of exposure nears. Your vigilance is the final key. Witness, absorb, and let clarity illuminate what was hidden. The betrayer attempts a diversion, speaking rapidly, filling the air with words meant to distract. But your senses, sharpened and guided, discern the rhythm of manipulation. Every lie is a note, every hesitation a beat, and tonight you read the music of deceit clearly. Type Amen 999 to get your blessing. You feel an undeniable shift in the atmosphere. The air now crackles with the anticipation of revelation. The betrayer's every action betrays the story they hoped would remain untold. Your heart races with certainty, knowing that the unveiling is not just imminent, it is inevitable. Every micro-expression, every subtle movement, every half-spoken sentence builds toward the climax. You are no longer an observer. You are a participant in the awakening of truth. Michael says, "My child, hold steady, for the betrayer's own actions will reveal them fully." Witness with courage and clarity. A sudden silence envelops the room, and the betrayer freezes, sensing the weight of your perception. Their plan, intricate and carefully hidden, is now visible under the sharp lens of divine observation. You watch, heart steady, as the threads of deception unravel completely. Type Amen 1111 to get your blessing. The final gesture, a tremor in the hand, a pause in speech, a faltering smile, reveals everything. The betrayer is no longer able to maintain the illusion of trust, and the truth stands naked before you. Michael says, "The time has come, my child. Witness the full revelation. The hidden is now exposed, and clarity reigns." Archangel Michael says, "My child, the moment of revelation is upon you. Tonight, what was hidden behind smiles and whispered reassurances will emerge, undeniable and raw. Witness carefully, for the truth carries the power to change everything you thought you knew." The betrayer moves with calculated composure, but every micro-expression now betrays them. A flicker in their eyes, a slight pause before speaking, the subtle tension in their shoulders all signal the unraveling of their carefully maintained facade. Michael says, "Every mask falters under the light of vigilance." Your awareness tonight pierces the veil they believed impenetrable. You notice the betrayer's gaze flicker toward a hidden drawer, a small compartment they thought concealed. The hesitation in their movement is unmistakable. Fear and anticipation ripple through the precision of their actions. The room itself seems to amplify every subtle cue, guiding your attention toward the cracks in deception. Type Amen 333 to get your blessing. The betrayer tries to redirect attention with forced laughter, yet it carries a thinness that betrays anxiety. Words meant to mislead now only deepen the impression of unease. Michael says, "Observe, my child. Even words can carry truth when the heart is weighed with guilt. Every glance, every gesture, every carefully placed object now speaks more than their words ever could." You piece together the sequence of concealed motives, the long-hidden intentions, the small betrayals that accumulated into tonight's crescendo. The betrayer is unaware that each action draws the full picture into view. A quiet intake of breath signals hesitation, a pause in the rhythm of normalcy. The betrayer attempts to maintain composure. But your eyes, sharpened by divine guidance, perceive the tremor in their controlled movements. Michael says, "Even the smallest falter is a revelation, my child. Every twitch, every glance, every pause is a thread revealing their true nature." Type Amen 444 to get your blessing. The betrayer reaches for a photograph on the shelf, their fingers brushing the surface as if seeking comfort from memories. Yet the tension in their hands and the slight quiver of their voice reveal intent and secrecy. You see, my child, the betrayer's past actions collide with the present, exposing motives long hidden. Your heart races as you connect the dots, the manipulations, the subtle betrayals, the half-truths each carefully calculated, now laid bare by your observation. Michael says, "The betrayer can hide from many, but never from vigilance infused with divine insight." Tonight, the truth is yours to witness. A sudden movement, the slight shift of a chair, the trembling of a hand signals the betrayer's next act, revealing desperation and fear. The room seems alive, echoing the tension, amplifying the betrayer's hidden intentions. Michael says, "The betrayer's confidence is fleeting. Your clarity is unstoppable, my child, and every move they make strengthens revelation." Type Amen 555 to get your blessing. You notice the betrayer's eyes narrow as they attempt to redirect attention, scanning for reassurance, for signs you have not noticed. Yet, your awareness intercepts every signal, every flicker of anxiety. The weight of the betrayal becomes tangible, pressing into the space between breaths in the silence before words. The betrayer tries to speak, their voice steady but unnatural, rehearsed, a mask failing to conceal inner turmoil. Every word they utter is a testament to the hidden story they hoped would never reach light. Michael says, "My child, the truth cannot be silenced. It moves through actions, through gesture, through the faintest expressions. Tonight, it is unstoppable." Type Amen 666 to get your blessing. A slight shift in the betrayer's stance signals fear, the subtle recognition that exposure is inevitable. Your hands fidget, betraying nerves despite controlled breathing. You sense the first wave of panic, a ripple of anxiety that cannot be hidden, no matter how practiced the pretense. Your mind races, connecting every prior instance of manipulation to this precise moment of revelation. The betrayer had believed themselves untouchable, cunning, hidden behind the guise of familial trust. Yet tonight, the veil lifts, and you are the witness chosen to see it. Michael says, "Observe, my child. Every tremor, every hesitation, every subtle act will culminate in clarity and liberation." Type Amen 777 to get your blessing. The betrayer glances at a family heirloom, their fingers brushing with both reverence and unease. You notice the eyes flicker to the doorway, then back to you, a dance of caution and hidden intent. Every small movement now carries meaning, like threads unraveling from a carefully woven tapestry. You see their plan, once concealed in layers of deception, now fully exposed in subtle micro-actions. Every smile, every word, every pause tells a story they thought safe from discovery. Michael says, "My child, the betrayer is now revealed through their own actions. Observe closely. The truth cannot be avoided." Type Amen 888 to get your blessing. A soft sigh escapes the betrayer, thin and strained, an involuntary admission of internal turmoil. Their composure, carefully maintained for years, fractures under the weight of observation. Tonight, the betrayer cannot hide from divine vigilance, nor can they conceal what your eyes now witness. Your heart pounds as you connect all the signals, every micro-expression, every subtle movement, every carefully orchestrated diversion. The pattern emerges fully, exposing intent, betrayal, and hidden agendas. Michael says, "My child, the moment of undeniable truth is now. The betrayer's web is unraveling before you, and clarity reigns." Type Amen 999 to get your blessing. The betrayer attempts to distract, gestures wildly, words now carrying desperation rather than deception. But your focus, sharpened by insight and divine guidance, interprets each act with clarity. The full picture of betrayal is now visible, and nothing can obscure it. Every object they touch, every word they speak, every micro-expression is a revelation. You see the story of their concealed intentions, the manipulation woven into family interactions, the hidden envy, and the carefully masked ambition. Michael says, "Even in fear, deception reveals itself." Tonight, my child, you are the witness to what was once hidden. Type Amen 1111 to get your blessing. A final gesture, a trembling hand, a faltering step, a pause in breath cements the truth. The betrayer's plans, once invisible, are now fully visible in the subtle dance of human behavior. You watch, heart steady, as the culmination of years of concealment unravels before your eyes. Michael says, "My child, the time of revelation has arrived. Observe with clarity and courage, The betrayer's truth is now yours to witness, and no deception can survive the light of awareness. Archangel Michael says, "My child, the moment has arrived when truth stands before you, raw and undeniable. The betrayer, once hidden in the shadows of trust, cannot evade the revelation that your vigilance has uncovered. Watch closely, for tonight brings not just understanding but the power to decide your next step." The betrayer turns, sensing the weight of your gaze, a flicker of fear crossing their carefully constructed facade. Every step they take is cautious, measured, yet the tremor in their hands and the hesitation in their voice betrays their inner turmoil. Michael says, "Even the most practiced dissection falters under the light of awareness. Observe, my child, for their truth is now yours to witness." Your eyes follow every subtle movement, every twitch, every pause, as if the betrayer's body itself is confessing their hidden agenda. You begin to connect moments from the past, the whispered comments, the small manipulations, the smiles that didn't reach the eyes, each now illuminated with clarity. The betrayal is no longer a concept. It is a presence before you, palpable and undeniable. Tap Amen 333 to get your blessing. The betrayer's attempt at casual conversation falls flat, words hanging hollow in the charged atmosphere. Their voice, steady on the surface, trembles beneath the weight of exposure, betraying secrets they hoped would never emerge. Michael says, "My child, the truth cannot be silenced." Each word they speak carries the echoes of intent now revealed. You notice subtle movements, the betrayer's hand lingering over a family photo, fingers trembling as if seeking comfort. Every micro-expression, every glance, every pause adds another brushstroke to the portrait of their concealed motives. The room seems to hold its breath, waiting as the betrayal unfolds before your eyes. A sudden sigh escapes the betrayer, thin and unsteady, a silent acknowledgement of the inevitable. Their posture stiffens, then relaxes slightly, as if trying to regain control over the unraveling scene. Michael says, "Even the smallest gesture can speak volumes. Witness with clarity, my child, for the final act is near." Type Amen 444 to get your blessing. You take a step forward, your presence unwavering, a silent declaration that deception cannot survive your awareness. The betrayer's eyes dart, searching for an escape, yet every path is blocked by the sharp lens of your perception. Michael says, "My child, courage now is your shield. Stand firm, for the betrayer's own actions will confirm the truth." Every word the betrayer utters is now dissected in your mind, revealing double meanings, hidden intentions, and veiled threats. The patterns of betrayal, once invisible, now unfold like a map pointing to every deception, every manipulation, every hidden agenda. The weight of realization presses upon you, yet clarity brings strength, not fear. A sudden movement, the betrayer fidgeting with a necklace, an object of sentimental value, signals a crack in their composure. You recognize the desperate attempt to cling to something familiar, yet the act only confirms the inner conflict. Michael says, "Every attachment, every hesitation, every small act of avoidance reveals what the heart hides. Observe, my child, for understanding is power." Type Amen 555 to get your blessing. The betrayer tries to shift attention, directing conversation elsewhere, but your focus is unwavering. You see the subtle cues, the fleeting eye contact, the rapid swallowing, the half-formed smiles that betray their intentions. Every attempt to mislead only reinforces the revelation that has been building through the evening. Your mind races, connecting every prior instance, every whispered word, every carefully orchestrated moment, to this climactic revelation. The betrayal is complete in its exposure. Nothing remains hidden. Michael says, "The truth now stands before you, my child. Witness with courage, for every action of the betrayer confirms the path you must now choose. Type Amen 666 to get your blessing. The betrayer's expression shifts from feigned calm to fleeting panic, then back to attempted composure. Every gesture, no matter how subtle, carries the weight of guilt and fear. You sense the moment of confrontation is imminent, a surge of clarity and empowerment filling the space. A trembling hand reveals a hidden note, a piece of evidence long concealed, now exposed by divine timing in your vigilant observation. You step closer, heart steady, recognizing the culmination of hidden actions and motives now laid bare. Michael says, even what was once secret cannot withstand truth light. The betrayer's choices now speak for themselves. Type Amen 777 to get your blessing. The betrayer shifts uneasily, attempting to maintain dignity, yet their faltering movements betray internal collapse. You notice patterns, every diversion, every calculated word, every pause interconnects to reveal motives that were carefully hidden for years. Tonight, everything aligns. The hidden tapestry of deception is now visible in every detail. Your gaze meets theirs, steady and unflinching. The air is thick with revelation, charged with the electric tension of exposure. Michael says, my child, your presence is the vessel of truth. Every glance, every posture, every breath now confirms what was once concealed. Type Amen 888 to get your blessing. A sudden silence envelops the room, a pause pregnant with tension. The betrayer's final mask falls away, their breathing uneven, movements stilted, eyes reflecting the weight of exposure. You feel a surge of understanding, the full picture, the magnitude of the betrayal, the culmination of actions that were hidden from sight until this moment. Every micro-expression, every motion, every carefully chosen word now lies fully revealed. The betrayer is powerless under the scrutiny of divine-guided perception. Michael says, the betrayer can no longer hide, my child. Observe carefully, for the truth is complete and undeniable. Type Amen 999 to get your blessing. The final gesture, a trembling hand reaching for a chair, a faltering step, a pause before speaking confirms what your awareness has already pieced together. The betrayals, the hidden motives, the secret actions, all converge into one undeniable revelation. You stand, calm yet empowered, witnessing the culmination of truth. Michael says, my child, the moment has come for understanding and choice. Witness all, absorb all, and let clarity guide your next steps. The betrayer's exposure is complete, and the path forward is illuminated. Archangel Michael says, my child, the storm of revelation has passed, yet its ripples linger in every corner of your heart. The betrayer stands before you, stripped of pretense, their hidden actions laid bare under the light of clarity. Witness carefully, for what happens next will shape the bonds of family and trust. The betrayer's eyes meet yours, a mix of fear, regret, and faint hope flickering within. Their carefully constructed mask has fallen, leaving a raw vulnerability exposed to your gaze. Michael says, observe, my child. Even in the shadow of betrayal, the choice to forgive, to understand, and to guide remains within your hands. You notice subtle gestures, a trembling hand, a hesitant step toward you, a silent plea hidden within the gaze. Each micro-expression tells a story of concealed remorse, of intentions gone astray, and of a desire to reclaim lost trust. Michael says, my child, the heart reveals itself not only in action, but in hesitation. Every tremor, every pause, every glimmer of sincerity is a message you must read. Type Amen 333 to get your blessing. The betrayer speaks softly, their words tentative, carefully chosen to convey honesty after long concealment. You sense the weight of years, the burden of hidden motives, the complexity of human imperfection. Michael says, even in confession, truth carries the power to heal or harm. Listen, my child, for discernment is your shield and wisdom your guide. You observe the subtle shift in the room, the energy changing as the betrayer's confession begins to take form. Words that once concealed now illuminate, revealing the intricate web of actions that led to tonight's climax. Michael says, the path of revelation leads to understanding, and understanding opens the door to resolution. The betrayer pauses, struggling to find the right expression, their gaze seeking acknowledgement and perhaps forgiveness. You feel the tension in the air, the fragile balance between condemnation and compassion. Michael says, my child, the choice before you is powerful. Stand with clarity, and let your heart guide the outcome. Type Amen 444 to get your blessing. A soft sigh escapes both of you, a silent acknowledgement of what has transpired and what remains unresolved. The room feels heavier, charged with emotion, yet also with possibility, a space where hearts can reconcile or diverge. You notice subtle changes in the betrayer's posture, a hint of humility emerging through the tension. Your mind races, reflecting on all past interactions, subtle manipulations, and moments of trust now shadowed by betrayal. Yet, within that tapestry, threads of genuine care and familial connection remain, fragile but present. Michael says, observe, my child, for within complexity lies the seed of healing. Every act of sincerity, every small admission, nurtures the potential for reconciliation. A trembling hand reaches forward, hesitant yet deliberate, signaling a desire to bridge the gap between betrayal and redemption. You feel the weight of choice, the power to define what comes next, the responsibility that accompanies awareness. Michael says, even the smallest gesture carries immense weight, my child. Witness with care, for every movement is part of the story unfolding. Type Amen 555 to get your blessing. The betrayer's voice grows steadier, words flowing more freely now that the veil of pretense has lifted. Each admission carries a mix of guilt, regret, and hope, creating an intricate mosaic of human imperfection. You feel the emotional tension ease slightly, the air vibrating with the delicate potential for understanding. Subtle glances are exchanged, the weight of past actions meeting the possibility of future trust. The room hums with anticipation, the unseen threads of family bonds stretching taut between confession and acceptance. Michael says, my child, witness the power of truth to shift hearts. Even in betrayal, the potential for reconciliation exists. Type Amen 666 to get your blessing. You notice the betrayer's shoulders relax fractionally, a silent admission of the vulnerability that comes with exposure. The energy of the room begins to shift, the tension of revelation giving way to the possibility of dialogue. Michael says, observe, my child. Even the faintest sign of openness can signal the turning point from deception to understanding. Every subtle movement now carries meaning, every pause a signal, every breath an invitation for connection or reflection. The betrayer reaches for a personal item, a symbol of the family bond that still exists despite the shadows of betrayal. Michael says, my child, symbols of trust are powerful. Witness them, for they carry the memory of bonds worth preserving. Type Amen 777 to get your blessing. The betrayer's eyes glisten with unshed tears, a silent plea for acknowledgement, a recognition of past wrongs, and an unspoken hope for forgiveness. You feel the emotional gravity of the moment, the delicate balance between justice and compassion. Michael says, even in the face of betrayal, the heart's capacity to forgive is profound. Observe carefully, my child, for your choice will guide the path forward. A small, almost imperceptible nod signals the betrayer's tentative acceptance of exposure and readiness to face consequences. The room, still tense, vibrates with the possibilities of what may come, either fractured distance or a cautious rebuilding of trust. Michael says, "Witness, my child." Even the smallest acknowledgement of truth carries immense potential to reshape relationships. Type Amen 888 to get your blessing. A pause fills the space, heavy with emotion, as both parties reflect on the journey from secrecy to revelation. The betrayer's breathing slows, a subtle alignment of intention and awareness emerging. You sense the shift, the moment when fear and tension give way to the fragile seeds of connection. The conversation continues, measured and deliberate, each word weighed against the truth now fully exposed. The betrayer's gestures, once defensive, now carry an openness hinting at possible redemption. Michael says, "Observe with care, my child. The choices made now are the foundation for future harmony or continued discord." Type Amen 999 to get your blessing. A faint smile appears, tentative yet genuine, signaling the first step toward reconciliation. The betrayer's eyes meet yours fully, a silent acknowledgement of past mistakes and a willingness to move forward with transparency. Michael says, "Even the smallest gesture of sincerity is powerful. Witness this, my child, for the path of healing begins with awareness and courage." As the first phase of emotional confrontation concludes, a quiet intensity remains, an undercurrent of suspense, hinting that while revelation has occurred, the full journey is yet to unfold. The room holds the echo of truth, the weight of choice, and the potential for restored trust. Michael says, "My child, the night is not yet over. Observe, for even in calm, shadows of past actions linger, guiding the steps to come." Type Amen 1111 to get your blessing. A subtle shift in the betrayer's stance hints at hidden concerns yet to be revealed, a whisper of tension beneath the surface of emerging understanding. You sense that while progress has been made, the story is far from concluded. Michael says, "Observe, my child. Awareness and vigilance must remain, for even in revelation, the future is shaped by choices still to be made." Archangel Michael says, "My child, the surface of revelation has barely scratched the truth. Hidden layers remain, deeper than you ever imagined, shrouded in shadows that even the betrayer has yet to disclose. Watch carefully, for tonight's moments carry the weight of choices that will echo far beyond this room." The betrayer's calm demeanor returns briefly, like a mask worn to deceive even themselves, yet a flicker in their eyes betrays a secret they are reluctant to reveal. Every subtle movement, every carefully measured word, now carries a dual meaning that only heightened awareness can detect. Michael says, "Observe, my child. The hidden currents beneath surface actions reveal intentions unseen by casual eyes." A sudden draft brushes through the room, stirring papers, creating a faint rustle that seems almost orchestrated. Your gaze follows the movement, and in that instant, a hidden envelope slips from a drawer, unnoticed by the betrayer, yet perfectly visible to you. Michael says, "Even the smallest displacement holds significance, my child. Look closely, for the betrayer's secrets are never entirely concealed." Type Amen 333 to get your blessing. You pick up the envelope, feeling the weight of anticipation pressing against your chest. Inside lies a series of letters, each meticulously folded, containing details of plans, manipulations, and hidden alliances. Michael says, "My child, what you hold now is power and responsibility intertwined. Every word is a thread connecting motives to action, guiding your next step." The betrayer notices the envelope in your hands, their expression flickering between fear and feigned innocence. They attempt to speak, yet the words falter under the weight of inevitable exposure. Michael says, even the bravest deception trembles under scrutiny. Observe every hesitation, every falter, every micro-movement. They all speak the truth. Your heart races, piecing together the revelations, connecting the past manipulations with the present exposure. Each letter uncovers not just intent but hidden consequences, subtle actions that affected family members without their knowledge. Michael says, the power of awareness, my child, transforms understanding into action. Witness, comprehend, and prepare for what must come next. Type Amen 444 to get your blessing. The betrayer tries to shift attention, deflecting, attempting to regain control of the narrative, yet every gesture now seems transparent under your vigilant observation. Your voice rises slightly, an involuntary pitch revealing tension and guilt. You notice small details, a clenched fist, a slight tremor in the jaw that confirm what your intuition has already sensed. The room feels heavier, the air dense with suspense, as though the walls themselves are listening, anticipating the next revelation. Michael says, even in the quietest moments, the unseen watches and responds. Observe the betrayer's every move, for hidden motives remain, waiting to surface. You read the letters carefully, each revealing connections previously unnoticed, alliances with others, moments of concealment that have shaped the past months. The betrayer's eyes follow every movement, yet their attempts at nonchalance fail under the intensity of your perception. Michael says, understanding requires patience, my child. Every revelation carries a ripple, every hidden truth a consequence. Type Amen 555 to get your blessing. The betrayer suddenly shifts, stepping closer, perhaps hoping to retrieve the letters or interrupt the momentum, yet you remain calm, eyes unwavering. Your desperation is subtle yet undeniable, the energy in their movements betraying a growing fear. Michael says, even the most subtle gestures reveal intent, my child. Observe with precision, for insight is your greatest ally. A faint rustle behind you, a shadow moving across the wall, draws your attention momentarily. Another clue, another subtle hint that the betrayal may have wider reach than anticipated. The betrayer reacts, a quick glance, a subtle pause, acknowledging the presence of unseen layers. Michael says, even in the shadows, truth whispers. Listen, my child, for silence often carries messages louder than words. The letters in your hand tremble slightly, not from fear but from the intensity of revelation. Each word resonates, connecting past actions to current consequences, forming a complex tapestry of hidden motives. Michael says, the web is intricate, my child, yet every thread is now visible. Witness it fully, for clarity now is your shield and guide. Type Amen 666 to get your blessing. A sudden realization strikes. The betrayal is not isolated. There may be accomplices, subtle influences that shape the outcomes unseen. Your mind races, recalling moments that now fit into the larger puzzle. Michael says, awareness expands the mind, my child. Every hidden connection, every secret alliance must now be brought to light with discernment. The betrayer's calm facade begins to crumble, a flicker of panic betraying the knowledge that their hidden network may now unravel. You watch closely, noting every nuance, every involuntary gesture, every micro-expression. Michael says, even the cleverest scheme cannot escape the light of awareness. Observe, my child, and let insight guide your choices. Type Amen 777 to get your blessing. You sense a subtle tension in the room, a shift as though invisible currents are reacting to the truth now emerging. The betrayer tries to regain composure, yet their attempts at control are futile against the clarity that your awareness brings. Michael says, even in attempts to deceive, the heart's truth emerges. Witness every reaction, every movement, and every hesitation. They are the language of reality. A sudden draft moves again, papers rustling, and you notice a corner of a photograph protruding from beneath the desk, a hidden clue yet to be discovered. Your intuition tells you it may reveal connections deeper than even the letters have disclosed. Michael says, even the smallest fragment can hold immense revelation, my child. Look, observe, and connect the unseen threads. Type Amen 888 to get your blessing. The betrayer steps back, a silent acknowledgement of your unwavering attention and newfound power to discern. Your eyes flicker, a mixture of fear, regret, and cautious hope, hinting that more may yet be revealed if honesty prevails. Michael says, the path of exposure is fraught with tension, my child, yet each revelation strengthens your clarity. Witness fully, for understanding now is essential for the steps ahead. Every subtle shift in their expression, every slight movement of hands, every faltering tone, signals hidden layers waiting to be unveiled. You feel the weight of responsibility, yet clarity and calm empower your observation. Michael says, patience, my child. The betrayer's truths will continue to surface, and with each one, the path becomes clear. Type Amen 999 to get your blessing. A hidden envelope slips from the edge of the desk, a second layer of secrets, carefully concealed, hinting at further complexity in the betrayer's plans. You realize the betrayal may extend beyond what has already been exposed, and the suspense deepens. Michael says, the hidden layers are many, my child. Even when one truth is revealed, others may linger, waiting for insight to bring them forth. The betrayer's tension grows palpable, a mixture of dread and resignation filling the space. Every gesture, every subtle reaction, confirms that your observation has shifted the balance of power. Michael says, the unseen cannot hide forever. Observe, my child, for revelation comes to those who watch with clarity and courage. Archangel Michael says, my child, the truth now emerges like a lightning strike, illuminating paths that were long hidden in darkness. The betrayer's network, their intentions, every subtle manipulation is now visible under the piercing gaze of awareness. Witness carefully, for what unfolds next will determine the foundation of trust for years to come. The betrayer's expression flickers between defiance and fear, a storm of conflicting emotions playing across their face. You notice how carefully their every gesture is measured, yet nothing escapes the clarity of your observation. Michael says, even in desperation, pretense falters. Observe, my child, for subtle tremors in action reveal deeper truths than spoken words. A sudden shift in the room's atmosphere makes your heart race, a whisper of movement, almost imperceptible, as if the walls themselves are listening. The betrayer glances toward the corner, where shadows seem unnaturally thick, hinting at secrets not yet disclosed. Michael says, even the quietest corners may hold revelation. Watch, my child, for what is hidden often emerges when least expected. Type Amen 333 to get your blessing. You take a cautious step toward the shadow, revealing a small safe, partially concealed, its surface marked with fingerprints, evidence of recent access. Your intuition screams that inside lies information far more significant than anything previously discovered. Michael says, my child, the hidden container of truths now presents itself. Every lock, every seal, every hidden mechanism carries meaning. The betrayer's lips quiver, and a subtle sigh escapes them, a confession unspoken yet evident in every micro-expression. Your eyes flicker between hope and dread, as if silently negotiating whether to surrender further secrets. Michael says, even in silence, truth speaks. Observe, my child, for honesty is revealed not only in words but in the subtle rhythm of movement and hesitation. As you carefully open the safe, documents, photographs, and small artifacts spill into view, each a piece of a larger, complex puzzle. Connections emerge that stretch beyond the immediate family, hinting at hidden alliances and motives previously unimagined. Michael says, the scope of revelation often surpasses expectation. Witness, my child, for insight now is your greatest tool. Type Amen 444 to get your blessing. The betrayer steps back, hands raised slightly, signaling surrender while attempting to preserve dignity. Yet every gesture betrays the underlying anxiety and knowledge that their carefully constructed facade is fully exposed. Michael says, even when appearances suggest control, the heart's truth remains visible. Observe carefully, my child, for awareness is your shield against deception. You sort through the contents, finding letters that reference secret promises, hidden arrangements, and manipulations meant to steer decisions within the family. Each word resonates, revealing intent, consequence, and the calculated nature of past actions. Michael says understanding requires careful attention, my child. Every detail, every nuance, every hidden mark guides the path to clarity. A photograph slips from the pile, showing the betrayer with an unknown figure, their connection previously unrecognized, now illuminated. The energy shifts, the air thickens, and a realization dawns there may be more betrayal than even you anticipated. Michael says, even when one layer is revealed, others may remain. Observe, my child, for insight unfolds gradually, revealing the true magnitude of hidden actions. Type Amen 555 to get your blessing. The betrayer's face pales, a silent acknowledgement that their network of secrets has begun to unravel. Their voice, when it emerges, is barely a whisper, laden with a mix of fear and reluctant honesty. Michael says, even the slightest tremor in confession carries weight. Witness, my child, for every subtle utterance holds significance in the tapestry of truth. Your mind races, connecting dots across documents, photographs, and artifacts, forming a cohesive picture of hidden manipulation and intent. The betrayer watches you, eyes darting, their carefully maintained calm now fractured by the inevitability of exposure. Michael says, awareness brings both responsibility and power, my child. Every revelation strengthens understanding and prepares the heart for decisive action. Up Amen 666 to get your blessing. A sudden knock at the door jolts the atmosphere, a timing too precise to be random, as if the universe itself demands attention to the next revelation. You hesitate, sensing that this intrusion may bring clarity or complicate the unfolding narrative. Michael says, even external forces are part of the unfolding story, my child. Observe with discernment, for guidance often comes disguised as coincidence. You open the door cautiously, revealing a courier, hands extending a single sealed envelope, thick and weighty, carrying the mark of importance. The betrayer stiffens, a subtle twitch betraying their awareness of what may lie within. Michael says every delivery, every message, every symbol carries weight. Witness carefully, my child, for even simple gestures can herald profound revelation. Type Amen 777 to get your blessing. The envelope is addressed to you in handwriting familiar yet unrecognizable in its subtle urgency, suggesting a connection to someone previously hidden from view. The air trembles with suspense, every breath charged with anticipation. Michael says, even unseen hands can guide destiny, my child. Every choice now will echo beyond this moment, shaping the path of revelation and consequence. You break the seal, unfolding the paper carefully, revealing a message that confirms not just one act of betrayal but hints at multiple actors within the family network. The complexity astounds, yet clarity emerges, a map of hidden actions, motives, and intentions, each leading to decisions that shape events unseen. Michael says, the breadth of revelation is vast, my child. Even when many secrets emerge, discernment illuminates the path forward. Type Amen 888 to get your blessing. The betrayer collapses slightly into a chair, a subtle surrender of power now complete, their energy heavy with the weight of exposure. Their eyes meet yours, a mixture of fear, remorse, and faint hope, a silent plea for guidance or mercy. Michael says, even in surrender, the heart seeks redemption. Witness, my child, for compassion and understanding are as powerful as awareness. You study the documents, photographs, and letters, connecting past events with their hidden consequences. The realization settles in the betrayal was not isolated, but part of a broader narrative that may require vigilance, wisdom, and careful action. Michael says, even when revelation peaks, vigilance must remain. Every choice, every movement, every act of awareness shapes the destiny of those involved. Type Amen 999 to get your blessing. A final note slips from the envelope, folded with precise care, a warning and a promise intertwined, a cryptic statement suggesting further layers yet to be uncovered. The betrayer's lips tremble as they realize the journey of revelation may not yet be complete. Michael says, even when clarity appears absolute, the path of insight continues. Watch, my child, for the story is not yet done, and your discernment will guide the next steps. The room hums with tension and possibility, the air charged with the energy of revelation, understanding, and the potential for reconciliation. You feel the weight of responsibility, yet also the power of knowledge, clarity, and the ability to shape outcomes. Michael says, my child, even in the shadow of betrayal, light exists to guide and heal. Witness fully, act wisely, and the path of truth will illuminate your journey. Archangel Michael says, my child, the hour of confrontation has arrived. The hidden truths now demand not only acknowledgement but decisive action. Witness carefully, for the betrayer's response will reveal the depth of their intentions and the path toward resolution. The betrayer stands, trembling slightly, their eyes darting between the scattered documents and the envelope still in your hands. A subtle shift in their stance suggests a calculation, every gesture betraying a mind racing to protect what is left of their secret. Michael says, even the smallest movements carry meaning, my child. Observe closely, for the heart speaks through action when words fail. You take a deliberate step forward, holding the envelope as both a symbol of revelation and a test of the betrayer's courage. The tension is palpable, thickening the air, each breath drawn weighted with anticipation. Michael says, the power of awareness is now yours, my child. Let clarity guide your choices as destiny unfolds before your eyes. Type Amen 111 to get your blessing. The betrayer finally speaks, voice low, measured, attempting calm, yet betraying an undercurrent of fear. I never meant for it to go this far, they whisper, eyes flickering with unspoken admissions. Michael says, even hesitant confessions carry weight, my child. Listen carefully, for hidden truths are often revealed in the pauses and tremors of speech. You place the documents and photographs on the table, each carefully arranged to reveal the web of betrayal with stark clarity. The betrayer's shoulders slump, realizing that concealment is no longer possible, and the network of hidden actions now exposed. Michael says, even the most intricate webs unravel under the light of discernment. Observe, my child, and let understanding guide the next steps. A sudden knock at the door interrupts the charged atmosphere, a timing too precise to be coincidental, signaling the arrival of someone connected to the unfolding revelations. You feel a shiver run down your spine as the betrayer stiffens, recognizing the significance of this moment. Michael says, "Even external forces are part of the narrative, my child. Every arrival, every message, every event contributes to the unveiling of truth." Type Amen 222 to get your blessing. You open the door cautiously, revealing a figure from your past, someone whose presence is both comforting and mysterious. Their eyes lock with yours, conveying unspoken understanding, hinting at knowledge of the betrayal long before your discovery. Michael says, "Even allies may appear unexpectedly, my child. Trust in discernment, for guidance often arrives when least expected." The figure steps inside, handing over a second envelope, heavier and sealed with a wax emblem you recognize immediately. The betrayer swallows hard, a subtle quiver of fear betraying their awareness of its contents. Michael says, "Every message, every seal, every symbol carries purpose. Observe, my child, for insight now will guide action and understanding." Type Amen 333 to get your blessing. You break the wax seal carefully, revealing a series of letters and coded messages that expose not just one act of betrayal but a chain reaction affecting multiple family members. The network of deception is larger than previously imagined, stretching beyond the immediate circle into corners you had not anticipated. Michael says, "The magnitude of revelation may surprise, my child. Every discovery strengthens clarity and prepares the heart for decisive intervention." The betrayer collapses slightly, realizing that the scope of exposure is overwhelming, their power to manipulate now fully diminished. Their voice trembles as they attempt to explain, but hesitation dominates every word. Michael says, "Even in fear, hearts reveal truth. Witness carefully, my child, for honesty is shown in gesture as much as speech." Type Amen 444 to get your blessing. You spread the documents across the table, drawing connections, piecing together events that once seemed unrelated, now forming a cohesive and undeniable picture. The betrayer watches in silence, their attempts at control evaporating under the clarity of evidence. Michael says, "Even the most elaborate deceptions cannot withstand the light of discernment. Observe, my child, and let wisdom shape the unfolding path." A sudden sound from the window startles everyone, a subtle movement outside that hints at surveillance, as if the unfolding drama has drawn attention beyond these walls. You glance at the betrayer, noticing a flicker of panic they cannot conceal. Michael says, "Even unnoticed observers contribute to revelation, my child. Awareness extends beyond the immediate, shaping outcomes and revealing hidden dynamics." Type Amen 555 to get your blessing. You turn back to the table, eyes scanning the network of documents, photographs, and coded messages, realizing that the betrayal was motivated not by a single grievance, but a complex interplay of envy, fear, and hidden ambition. The betrayer's gaze falters under the weight of this realization, as if the depth of their own actions has finally dawned upon them. Michael says, "Understanding requires insight, my child. Every subtlety, every hidden layer, every unspoken motive carries significance in the tapestry of truth." The figure who delivered the second envelope steps closer, offering support, without words, their presence a stabilizing force amid the tension. You feel a surge of resolve, clarity sharpening your ability to act decisively, to confront, forgive, or redirect as necessary. Michael says, "Even in moments of great tension, guidance appears. Witness fully, my child, and let discernment guide action." Up MN 666 to get your blessing. The betrayer finally collapses into the chair, head in hands, the weight of exposure crushing their composure. Tears form. Unspoken apology surfacing, revealing a vulnerability hidden beneath the layers of manipulation. Michael says, even in surrender, the heart seeks redemption. Observe, my child, for understanding and compassion now carry the greatest power. You rise, carefully, deliberately, placing your hands over the documents, photographs, and letters, signaling that clarity and resolution are now in your control. The room vibrates with a sense of finality, as if the universe itself recognizes the shift in balance. Michael says, even in decisive moments, presence and awareness shape destiny. Witness fully, my child, for your choices now echo far beyond this room. Type Amen 777 to get your blessing. The betrayer whispers a single word, I, and then pauses, the weight of admission hanging in the air. The tension is almost unbearable, yet in that pause lies the potential for reconciliation, guidance, or final judgment. Michael says, even incomplete confessions carry power, my child. Observe, for every fragment of truth reveals paths to resolution. You take a deep breath, feeling the surge of clarity that comes with understanding the full scope of deception and its impact on the family. Decisions will need to be made, boundaries drawn, and actions taken to restore trust and prevent further harm. Michael says, even when clarity peaks, action defines destiny. Witness, my child, and let wisdom and courage guide the path forward. Type Amen 888 to get your blessing. The room settles into a tense calm, the betrayer's energy subdued, the documents spread before you like a map of hidden worlds unveiled. Every photograph, letter, and coded message now a testament to vigilance, awareness, and the power of discernment. Michael says, even in the aftermath of revelation, the path of understanding continues. Witness fully, my child, and let truth illuminate every decision you make. A final note emerges from the pile, smaller and unassuming, yet its message carries both warning and hope, a hint that the journey is not complete and that vigilance must remain. The betrayer's gaze meets yours, eyes filled with a mixture of fear, remorse, and faint hope. Michael says, even the smallest messages carry weight, my child. Awareness and discernment are your greatest allies as destiny unfolds. Type Amen 999 to get your blessing. Archangel Michael says, my child, the hour of ultimate revelation has come. The secrets hidden behind smiles and gestures now demand acknowledgement, and the truth will shine brighter than ever. Witness carefully, for the next moments will reshape understanding, trust, and destiny itself. The betrayer sits frozen, eyes locked on you, as if anticipating a verdict that may redefine their existence. Every heartbeat echoes through the room, magnifying the tension. Every shadow a silent witness to unfolding drama. Michael says, even in stillness, power flows, my child. Observe, for insight often arrives in quiet moments before action. You take a deliberate step toward the betrayer, holding the final envelope, heavier than the last, sealed with urgency and importance that cannot be ignored. The weight of the document feels symbolic, as though destiny itself rests in your hands. Michael says, every choice now carries consequence, my child. Even a single step determines the trajectory of truth and resolution. Type Amen 1111 to get your blessing. You break the seal with precision, revealing photographs, letters, and messages that connect not only the betrayer but unseen accomplices within the family. Each piece of evidence unravels layers of deception, exposing motives intertwined with envy, fear, and desperation. Michael says, even hidden networks are revealed under the light of discernment, my child. Witness fully, for every layer uncovers clarity. The betrayer's hands tremble as the scale of exposure becomes undeniable, their confident facade shattered, replaced by vulnerability and fear. A single photograph shows an unexpected hand in the betrayal, someone whose loyalty was assumed unshakable. Michael says, even trusted faces may conceal intentions, my child. Observation sharpens awareness, guiding the path to wisdom. Type Amen 2222 to get your blessing. You carefully align the evidence, drawing connections that even the betrayer struggles to understand fully. The web of deceit stretches across years, with implications that reach further than imagined, touching the lives of those who believed themselves untouched. Michael says, even distant effects shape reality, my child. Awareness and patience reveal the complete tapestry of truth. A sudden light flickers in the room, catching everyone off guard, revealing hidden markings on the wall that correspond with the documents. The betrayer's face pales, recognizing symbols they thought long erased, exposing their full complicity. Michael says, even subtle signs carry guidance, my child. Interpret them with precision, for destiny communicates in symbols and signs. Type Amen 3333 to get your blessing. You step back, absorbing the enormity of what lies before you, understanding that family dynamics have been tested far beyond ordinary comprehension. The betrayer finally whispers, I never expected this to reach you, a mixture of fear and regret in their voice. Michael says, even reluctant confessions illuminate the path, my child. Hear not just words but the truth between them. The figure who previously delivered the second envelope watches silently, a knowing expression on their face, ready to intervene if needed. You sense their presence as both reassurance and a subtle warning. The journey is far from complete. Michael says, even allies arrive with timing divine, my child. Their presence guides without interference, ensuring clarity of choice. Type Amen 4444 to get your blessing. A sudden sound from outside draws attention, a soft, almost imperceptible tap at the window. It is a subtle cue, signaling that others are now aware of the betrayal, ready to witness the next phase. You glance at the betrayer, noting a flicker of recognition, the realization that the circle of secrecy is closing. Michael says, even external forces play roles in revelation, my child. Every arrival, every glance, every movement informs the path of destiny. You open the window, letting in a breeze that carries the faint scent of incense, a calming presence amid chaos. The betrayer shivers as the symbolism of cleansing and exposure fills the room. Michael says, even natural elements serve as guides, my child. Witness the flow, the change, the shift. It strengthens resolve and insight. Type Amen 5555 to get your blessing. You place the letters and photographs side by side, revealing patterns that indicate not only betrayal but also manipulation aimed at diverting attention from deeper truths. The betrayer swallows hard, realizing that their control over events has vanished completely. Michael says, even the most careful planning cannot withstand the light of awareness, my child. Observe, for clarity now governs power. A subtle vibration in the air signals an approaching presence, a family elder whose wisdom has long been underestimated. They enter, eyes sweeping the room, immediately understanding the unfolding situation. Michael says, even the silent observers hold insight, my child. Trust their perception, for guidance may arrive in the quietest forms. Type Amen 6666 to get your blessing. The elder sits, spreading their hands toward the documents, as if to bless the revelations themselves. acknowledging both the pain and the necessity of exposure. The betrayer collapses further into the chair, their energy sapped by the undeniable truth. Michael says, "Even the weight of truth humbles the proud, my child. Observe fully, for understanding grows in moments of confrontation and acceptance." You rise, feeling a surge of responsibility, aware that the path forward requires both discernment and courage. Every decision, every word now carries immense consequence for family unity and trust restoration. Michael says, even in moments of immense responsibility, presence guides the heart, my child. Act with clarity, for destiny responds to courage and wisdom. Type Amen 7777 to get your blessing. The betrayer finally speaks, a trembling admission that touches both guilt and a hidden desire for redemption. "I never wanted anyone to suffer, I only..." The incomplete sentence hangs, heavy with implication. Michael says, "Even fragments of confession carry revelation, my child. Listen deeply, for the heart often speaks truths words cannot complete." You gather the evidence carefully, eyes never leaving the betrayer, recognizing the delicate balance between justice and compassion. The figure from the past nods subtly, reinforcing that the moment of clarity has arrived. Michael says, "Even in decisive moments, guidance manifests quietly, my child. Observe fully, for every action and inaction shades consequence." Type Amen 8888 to get your blessing. The room settles into tense silence, the betrayer's gaze fixed on you, knowing that their fate now rests entirely in your hands. Every photograph, letter, and coded message represents the unspoken truths that have long festered. Michael says, "Even in silence, understanding prevails, my child. Witness the truth, for awareness now directs choice and outcome." A final envelope lies before you, untouched, heavier than all others, containing the ultimate revelation, a confession, a map of events, and a secret that could redefine family legacy forever. You inhale deeply, knowing that opening it is both an obligation and a transformation. Michael says, "Even the heaviest burdens reveal liberation, my child. Open fully, for destiny awaits beyond hesitation." Type Amen 9999 to get your blessing. Archangel Michael says, "My child, the time of ultimate revelation has intensified. Every heartbeat, every glance, every whisper now carries weight beyond comprehension. Prepare yourself, for the final truths will illuminate paths previously unseen, revealing both the betrayer and the hidden allies." The room feels charged, as though the walls themselves anticipate the impending exposure, shadows stretching and retreating like living witnesses. Each piece of evidence gleams under the light, calling attention to connections long ignored. Michael says, "Even in apparent stillness, forces align, my child. Witness carefully, for destiny is unveiled step by step." You notice the betrayer shifting, their confidence waning under the weight of inevitability. A secret ally, previously silent, steps forward, their presence both reassuring and commanding, guiding you toward the next crucial step. Michael says, "Even the quietest guidance can steer monumental outcomes, my child. Observe keenly, for insight comes when least expected." Type Amen 1010 to get your blessing. With deliberate hands you pick up the final envelope, heavier than any before, its seal unbroken, almost pulsating with urgency. The betrayer's eyes widen, the realization of exposure finally sinking in, as if every lie, every hidden act, is now physically manifest. Michael says, "Even concealed intentions cannot withstand the power of truth, my child. Open fully, for revelation demands courage." As you break the seal, an array of documents, photographs, and coded letters spills forth, mapping the full extent of deception. Each piece uncovers new layers, new actors, and new motives that were previously invisible. Michael says even unseen threads connect all actions, my child. Observe closely, for awareness now commands authority. Type Amen 2020 to get your blessing. The betrayer's trembling hands barely manage to cover their face, ashamed, yet unable to escape the truth reflected in the documents. Their eyes dart to the silent ally, who watches with unwavering calm, signaling patience and judgment. Michael says, even fear holds instruction, my child. In hesitation, clarity may emerge. In silence, resolution manifests. You align the evidence methodically, creating a timeline that exposes patterns of betrayal intertwined with moments of feigned loyalty. The betrayer shifts uncomfortably, aware that every attempt at obfuscation has failed. Michael says, even the most intricate deception unravels under the eye of understanding, my child. Witness fully, for insight now transforms perception. Type Amen 3030 to get your blessing. A sudden knock at the door interrupts the tense atmosphere, subtle yet undeniable, signaling another presence ready to witness the unfolding drama. The ally moves subtly, acknowledging the signal, preparing for what comes next. Michael says, even unexpected arrivals serve purpose, my child. Timing reveals intentions and aligns action with destiny. You step toward the door, opening it to find a figure previously unmentioned in the story, a family elder whose wisdom carries weight beyond the immediate conflict. Their eyes scan the documents, recognizing the gravity of what has transpired. Michael says, even silent observers carry guidance, my child. Respect their discernment, for judgment comes in many forms. Type Amen 4040 to get your blessing. The elder places hands on the documents, offering both blessing and acknowledgement of the truth revealed. The betrayer kneels slightly, overcome with remorse, realizing the enormity of their betrayal. Michael says, even in humility, power emerges, my child. Witness how confession and acceptance transform energy into clarity. You sense the shift, a subtle but undeniable change in atmosphere, as if the very air has been cleansed of deception. The ally nods approvingly, a silent signal of readiness for reconciliation and resolution. Michael says, even transformation begins quietly, my child. Awareness and understanding open doors to forgiveness and renewal. Type Amen 5050 to get your blessing. The betrayer speaks, voice quivering. I never realized the consequences. I thought I could protect myself. I was wrong. Their admission, though hesitant, carries authenticity, and you feel the weight of the moment, understanding that judgment and mercy now intersect. Michael says, even faltering confessions carry power, my child. Listen deeply, for truth is conveyed not only in words but in the spaces between. You gather all evidence, reviewing each document, photograph, and coded message once more, ensuring comprehension and clarity. The betrayer's gaze remains fixed, desperate for understanding, redemption, or perhaps absolution. Michael says, even the heaviest burdens are lightened by clarity, my child. Observation and awareness create the path to resolution. Type Amen 6060 to get your blessing. A soft vibration in the room signals a new development, a subtle movement outside, almost imperceptible yet significant. You realize that external forces, family members unaware of the betrayal, are now aligned for the final revelation. Michael says, even subtle signs carry meaning, my child. Timing and presence converge to illuminate truth. You open the window slightly, letting in a cool breeze, symbolizing the cleansing of deceit and the arrival of fresh perspective. The betrayer flinches, sensing the symbolic shift and the accountability it demands. Michael says, even natural elements guide the path, my child. Witness the flow of energy, the release of tension, and the embrace of clarity. Type Amen 7070 to get your blessing. The documents reveal deeper secrets, alliances, hidden communications, and financial transactions that connect the betrayer to motives previously unknown. Each revelation stuns the room, bringing gasps of realization from those witnessing the exposure. Michael says, even hidden patterns surface under discernment, my child. Awareness reveals the depth of connection and intent. You look at the betrayer, eyes steady, noting the subtle transformation, a shift from fear to understanding, from panic to awareness. The ally steps closer, offering silent support and reassurance that the process of redemption is possible. Michael says, even in darkness, light guides the way, my child. Observe transformation, for it unfolds when truth is embraced. Type Amen 8080 to get your blessing. The elder speaks, voice calm yet commanding. The path ahead is clear, but choices remain. Truth must be honored, and reconciliation requires courage from all involved. The betrayer nods, tears welling, recognizing the journey from dissection to understanding has only just begun. Michael says, even in beginning anew, responsibility endures, my child. Witness how honesty and courage redefine bonds and legacy. You place the documents back in the envelope, symbolic of both closure and readiness for future action. The ally smiles faintly, acknowledging the balance between exposure and restoration. Michael says, even completion carries promise, my child. Every revelation, every decision, every acknowledgement shapes what is to come. Type Amen 9090 to get your blessing. Archangel Michael says, my child, the hour of ultimate confrontation has arrived. Every action, every glance, every breath now resonates with destiny. The betrayer has revealed their hand, yet the path ahead demands discernment, courage, and the wisdom to decide the course of justice and mercy. The room feels charged with anticipation, as if unseen eyes are watching every movement. Shadows stretch across walls, symbolically mirroring the entwined web of deception that has finally surfaced. Michael says, even in stillness, energy moves, my child. Observe carefully, for the final layer of truth is now within reach. You carefully place the envelopes and documents on the table, arranging them in chronological order, revealing a tapestry of events that had been hidden for years. Each piece uncovers motives, alliances, and betrayals, connecting threads that were once invisible. Michael says, even the smallest act shapes the whole, my child. Witness patterns, for understanding lies in connections. Type Amen 1111 to get your blessing. The betrayer lowers their gaze, knowing that escape is impossible, and that truth has overtaken all attempts at concealment. A silent ally steps closer, offering guidance and silent assurance that the path to redemption is open but must be earned. Michael says, even the heaviest hearts may find release, my child. Awareness opens the door to forgiveness and transformation. You begin reading aloud the letters, each word heavy with consequence, each phrase revealing hidden intentions that were long buried. The family elder listens attentively, nodding at points of significance, their presence adding weight and legitimacy to the revelations. Michael says, even voices convey truth, my child. Listen, for sound and silence together reveal the heart of matters. Type Amen 2222 to get your blessing. Suddenly, a subtle shift in air signals the arrival of another presence, someone long thought absent but whose decisions influenced the chain of betrayal. Their eyes meet yours briefly, an unspoken understanding passing between you. Michael says, even unseen forces participate, my child. Observe the convergence of destiny, for timing carries messages of utmost importance. You continue arranging and interpreting the evidence, understanding the full scope of deceit, and recognizing the depth of manipulation that had penetrated family bonds. The betrayer swallows, realizing the impossibility of hiding any longer. Michael says, even the most clever deceptions unravel under vigilance, my child. Awareness brings liberation. Tap Amen 3333 to get your blessing. The room grows quieter, almost reverent, as each family member begins to process the information. Shock, disbelief, and subtle relief mingle in the air, creating a charged atmosphere where emotions collide with truth. Michael says, even emotions guide understanding, my child. Witness the spectrum, for insight emerges through reflection. You look at the betrayer, whose hands now tremble slightly, acknowledging their mistakes without words. The ally steps forward, a gesture of mediation, offering a path for restitution and understanding. Michael says, even silence speaks volumes, my child. Observe actions as carefully as words, for both carry meaning. Type Amen 4444 to get your blessing. The elder places a gentle hand on the betrayer's shoulder, signaling that reconciliation is possible, but trust must be rebuilt meticulously. The documents reveal a deeper betrayal than initially imagined, touching not only personal lives but family legacy and inheritance matters. Michael says, even complex webs can be untangled, my child. Insight and courage illuminate the path of reconciliation. You take a deep breath, understanding that the final revelation is near, a document that holds the key to truth, justice, and ultimate resolution. The betrayer's eyes fix on you, anticipating your next move. Michael says, even moments of tension carry instruction, my child. Step forward with courage, for clarity will guide resolution. Type Amen 5555 to get your blessing. Carefully, you open the final envelope, revealing the ultimate confession, hidden alliances, and the full blueprint of events that led to the betrayal. Each word resonates, creating a ripple of understanding that washes over the room, illuminating the hidden shadows of deceit. Michael says, even concealed truths surface with courage, my child. Witness fully, for revelation heals and transforms. The betrayer collapses slightly, both from relief and the weight of truth. You sense a subtle shift in their energy, a willingness to accept responsibility and seek restitution. Michael says, even the most burdened souls may rise anew, my child. Observe transformation, for change begins in acknowledgement and acceptance. Type Amen 6666 to get your blessing. A soft breeze enters the room, carrying a sense of calm, signaling the removal of negativity and the beginning of a restorative phase. Family members exchange glances, some holding back tears, others nodding in quiet understanding, realizing that closure is finally within reach. Michael says, even nature participates in cleansing, my child. Witness how energy shifts when truth prevails. You place the documents carefully back in their envelopes, a symbolic act of organization, closure, and readiness for future reconciliation. The betrayer meets your gaze, a silent promise of change and a hope for restored trust. Michael says, even endings carry beginnings, my child. Every revelation plants seeds for future harmony and understanding. Type Amen 7777 to get your blessing. The elder stands, addressing everyone in a calm but firm voice, emphasizing the importance of honesty, patience, and rebuilding trust step by step. The betrayer listens intently, absorbing the weight of responsibility and the hope of forgiveness. Michael says, even guidance speaks clearly when hearts are open, my child. Witness wisdom, for it nurtures the soul and restores bonds. You sense the ally move quietly behind, ensuring that the process remains steady and unbroken, guiding subtle corrections and clarifications. The family collectively begins to acknowledge past mistakes, while simultaneously embracing the potential for renewed bonds. Michael says even collective awareness strengthens resolution, my child. Observe unity forming, as truth clears the path. Type Amen 8888 to get your blessing. The betrayer finally speaks, voice shaking but sincere. I am sorry, I see now the impact. I will do whatever it takes to make things right. Tears form, genuine and cleansing, signaling the beginning of accountability and redemption. Michael says, even fragile voices convey profound truth, my child. Witness sincerity, for it ignites the potential for healing and transformation. You nod slowly, acknowledging the weight of the moment, understanding that forgiveness is possible, but must be earned through continued transparency and effort. The ally offers a subtle smile, recognizing the delicate balance between justice and compassion. Michael says, even understanding requires time, my child. Observe patience, for the seeds of reconciliation grow slowly but surely. Type Amen 9999 to get your blessing. Archangel Michael says, my child, the moment of ultimate inheritance revelation has arrived. Every hidden secret, every concealed intention, and every unspoken word now converges into a single point of destiny. The betrayer has faced their truth, yet the final blessing, your miracle inheritance, must now be revealed. The room is tense yet charged, shadows stretching long across the walls as if waiting for your next move. Documents and letters, previously chaotic, now sit orderly, ready to disclose the hidden family legacy. Michael says, even the smallest detail can change outcomes, my child. Witness carefully, for clarity and abundance await the courageous. You open the envelope labeled Final Instructions and find a carefully written will, revealing not only assets, but hidden family treasures, accounts, and properties long concealed. Each line of the will pulses with significance, exposing names, intentions, and secret bequests meant for you. Michael says, even in secrecy, blessings prepare themselves, my child. Observe carefully, for divine timing brings both justice and reward. Type Amen 1111 to get your blessing. The betrayer watches, their eyes wide with both awe and shame, as the final truth of the inheritance unfolds before them. They realize the full scope of what they jeopardized with deception. Michael says, even those who falter can witness truth, my child. Learn from the consequences, and allow understanding to guide the heart. You begin reading aloud the sections of the will that pertain to you, each revelation sparking awe and disbelief. Hidden funds, long-lost family heirlooms, and secret properties come into view, securing your place as rightful heir. Michael says, even miracles arrive quietly, my child. Notice how preparation meets opportunity in perfect timing. Type Amen 2222 to get your blessing. A subtle vibration in the room signals another presence, someone from the extended family previously unmentioned, now entering with cautious curiosity. Your eyes scan the room, sensing the gravity of the inheritance and the finality of revelations. Michael says, even new arrivals witness destiny, my child. Observe how alignment brings understanding and balance. You arrange the documents chronologically, connecting the past betrayals to the present inheritance, revealing patterns previously unseen. The betrayer trembles slightly, recognizing the impact of their actions on family wealth and legacy. Michael says, even mistakes teach wisdom, my child. Witness accountability and transformation working hand in hand. Type Amen 3333 to get your blessing. The ally steps forward, ensuring that all parties understand the instructions of the will fully, and mediating delicate reactions. Family members exchange glances, some nodding in silent approval, others holding back tears of realization. Michael says, even guidance ensures harmony, my child. Witness how clarity restores balance and trust. You sense the energy in the room shifting, as if the very air is clearing from years of hidden intentions and deceit. A gentle light seems to touch each person, signaling acceptance, understanding, and readiness to move forward. Michael says, even unseen forces guide reconciliation, my child. Knows the subtle shift that lead to restoration. Type Amen 4444 to get your blessing. The final page of the will holds a shocking revelation, a long-lost family secret, a hidden document proving your unmatched entitlement, bypassing all previous doubts. The betrayer gasps, understanding the full scope of their interference and the miracle of your rightful position. Michael says, even hidden truths emerge at the right moment, my child. Witness how patience and awareness reveal destiny's plan. You feel a surge of energy, almost tangible, as if the universe itself acknowledges your inheritance and readiness to accept it. Every family member present reacts, some with tears, some with silent reverence, understanding that history has been reshaped in this very room. Michael says, even the unseen realm aligns, my child. And notice how cosmic timing honors truth, courage, and patience. Type Amen 5555 to get your blessing. The betrayer kneels, fully aware of their missteps, and begins to speak. I understand now, I see the path I destroyed, I am ready to make amends. Their sincerity is palpable, and you recognize the importance of forgiveness in cementing the family's restored harmony. Michael says, even sincere regret opens doors, my child. Witness healing begin as truth guides transformation. You carefully review the final allocations, confirming your position, the assets, and the legacy intended for your protection. Every detail fits perfectly, and you realize the magnitude of the blessing bestowed. Michael says, even preparation meets destiny, my child. Observe how responsibility and reward coexist in perfect balance. Type Amen 6666 to get your blessing. The elder steps forward, their voice calm but commanding. This moment marks the turning point. Honor the truth, respect each other, and move forward with integrity. The ally nods, confirming that the process of revelation, justice, and blessing has reached completion. Michael says, even wise counsel illuminates the path, my child. Witness guidance and clarity shaping the future. A soft gust of wind enters through the window, almost like a celestial acknowledgement of the inheritance, cleansing the air and filling the room with serenity. Every family member present feels the weight of this moment, understanding that past mistakes have been confronted and truth has emerged victorious. Michael says, even nature celebrates alignment, my child. Notice how harmony returns when balance is restored. Type Amen 7777 to get your blessing. The betrayer, finally at peace with their accountability, extends a gesture of reconciliation, promising transparency and support for the future. The room hums with a sense of completion, relief, and hope, the atmosphere lighter than ever before. Michael says, even actions of restoration carry power, my child. Witness transformation in motion, as bonds renew and faith strengthens. You carefully pack the documents, ensuring their protection, while realizing the miracle of timing, the unveiling of betrayal, and the inheritance finally claimed. Every member present feels the significance, understanding the story of betrayal, accountability, and reward has reached a pivotal conclusion. Michael says, even in closure, lessons endure, my child. Observe the miracle of awareness, courage, and divine orchestration. Type Amen 8888 to get your blessing. The betrayer quietly leaves the room. No anger, no shame, only humility and understanding. You feel a weight lifted, knowing that the cycle of betrayal has been broken and the family legacy restored. Michael says, even endings carry blessings, my child. Witness completion, for it is the gateway to new beginnings. You look around the room, seeing the allies, the elder, and even distant relatives reacting to the final revelation, all unified by the power of truth and transparency. Each gaze, each silent nod, signals acknowledgement of justice and readiness for harmony. Michael says, even unity forms slowly, my child. Observe patience and clarity transforming every relationship present. Type Amen 9999 to get your blessing. Archangel Michael says, my child, the final chapter of Revelation has arrived. Every secret, every betrayal, and every hidden blessing now converges to define your destiny. The family has faced its truth, yet the ultimate miracle, hidden beyond human expectation, must now be unveiled. The room is bathed in a soft, celestial glow, as if unseen forces themselves have gathered to witness the culmination of events. Shadows retreat, making way for clarity, and the air is thick with anticipation, almost tangible in its intensity. Michael says, even the unseen realm orchestrates outcomes, my child. Observe carefully, for your miracle is prepared and waiting. You carefully open the final envelope, labeled Divine Legacy, and immediately feel a surge of energy, almost electrifying in its intensity. Inside, you find documents, letters, and keys, both literal and symbolic, revealing not only financial inheritance, but hidden wisdom, guidance, and ancestral blessings. Michael says, even legacy carries multiple layers, my child. Witness truth, wealth, and guidance intertwining in perfect harmony. Type Amen 1111 to get your blessing. The betrayer watches silently, now fully understanding the scope of what they almost destroyed, their heart heavy with both guilt and awe. Even they sense the enormity of what is being revealed and the divine orchestration behind it. Michael says, even the misguided heart may witness miracles, my child. Observe awareness transforming regret into clarity and purpose. You begin reading aloud, revealing secret properties, undisclosed funds, and ancestral treasures long hidden, but also letters of wisdom from those who came before. Every word resonates with power, unlocking not just material wealth, but deep spiritual and emotional insight. Michael says, even knowledge guides destiny, my child. Observe how wisdom and blessing walk hand in hand. Type Amen 2222 to get your blessing. A sudden warmth fills the room, as if the air itself is alive with approval and divine presence. The family elder steps forward, visibly moved, acknowledging the miracle now unfolding and the revelation of the hidden blessing that none had expected. Michael says, even the oldest souls sense divine orchestration, my child. Witness how legacy transforms lives when truth and timing align. The ally quietly places a hand on your shoulder, a gesture of encouragement and protection, signaling that the moment of ultimate inheritance is not just about wealth, but about responsibility, transformation, and purpose. Michael says, even guidance manifests subtly, my child. Observe how support arrives precisely when needed, unseen yet powerful. Type Amen 3333 to get your blessing. You notice subtle inscriptions on some of the keys and letters, hinting at further secrets yet to be unlocked, treasures of knowledge, connections, and unexpected gifts, waiting to be claimed with courage and faith. The betrayer trembles slightly, acknowledging that their interference nearly blocked a divine plan that now unfolds flawlessly. Michael says, even the smallest acts of faith unlock the greatest miracles, my child. Witness how courage and awareness reveal hidden paths. The elder steps forward, holding a sealed box adorned with a crest long forgotten, signaling that the ultimate family blessing is about to be revealed. Every eye in the room focuses intently, the air charged with anticipation and silent reverence. Michael says, even the quietest symbols carry power, my child. Observe with care, for revelation is imminent and profound. Type Amen 4444 to get your blessing. You carefully open the box, discovering not only priceless heirlooms but also journals, maps, and letters detailing the family's deepest secrets, wisdom, and the miraculous alignment of events that allowed you to receive this moment. Each item pulses with energy, almost as if alive, confirming the legitimacy of the blessings and the hidden hand of divine orchestration. Michael says, even objects hold story and power, my child. Witness the miracle encoded within legacy and time. The betrayer now falls to their knees, eyes wide with awe and understanding, realizing that they cannot undo the miracle, but they can participate in its acknowledgement and restoration. Michael says, even the heaviest heart may witness truth and transformation, my child. Observe how redemption and accountability unfold together. Type Amen 5555 to get your blessing. A soft wind enters the room, almost like a whisper of the heavens, carrying with it the feeling of completion, alignment, and universal approval. Every family member present feels the shift in energy, understanding that past betrayals are forgiven, lessons have been learned, and the path to unity and prosperity is clear. Michael says, even the air reflects divine presence, my child. Notice how energy realigns when truth and justice manifest. You sense the presence of ancestors, their spirit quietly acknowledging your courage, resilience, and openness to receive not just material blessings, but also wisdom, guidance, and spiritual insight. The betrayer bows their head, understanding that the cycle of deception has ended and the family legacy is secured in its rightful path. Michael says, even the unseen witnesses deeds of courage and faith, my child. Observe how alignment bridges past, present, and future. Type Amen 6666 to get your blessing. The elder addresses the room, voice steady yet powerful, emphasizing that the inheritance is more than wealth, it is responsibility, understanding, and the opportunity to restore unity. The ally confirms that all legal, spiritual, and emotional measures have been satisfied, ensuring full protection and transparency. Michael says, even guidance spoken aloud resonates, my child. Witness clarity bringing unity, peace, and purpose. The final keys and letters are distributed carefully, symbolizing empowerment and trust, as well as the completion of cycles once tainted by betrayal. The room fills with quiet excitement, reverence, and anticipation for the miraculous transformations now possible. Michael says, even objects of heritage carry intention, my child. Witness empowerment and blessing converging into one. Type Amen 7777 to get your blessing. The betrayer, finally reconciled with themselves and the family, extends a hand of collaboration, promising honesty, support, and dedication to family growth. The room, once tense and shadowed by deception, now breathes relief, joy, and hope, signaling the full manifestation of the hidden miracle. Michael says, even hearts once burdened may embrace harmony, my child. Observe transformation, for miracles manifest in awareness, courage, and truth. You carefully pack the remaining items, ensuring preservation of treasures, letters, and keys, symbolizing respect, readiness, and responsibility. Every family member present recognizes that not only material wealth, but unity, wisdom, and spiritual insight have been restored. Michael says, even endings carry beginnings, my child. Witness the miracle of alignment, blessing, and divine orchestration. Type Amen 8888 to get your blessing. The elder smiles, acknowledging the presence of unseen forces, the betrayal confronted, and the miracle inheritance fully revealed. Everyone in the room shares a silent understanding, recognizing the power of truth, forgiveness, and divine timing. Michael says, even silence conveys understanding, my child. Observe how the universe honors courage, clarity, and patience. A final envelope rests in your hands, a secret message from the universe itself, promising that your actions, awareness, and integrity will continue to be rewarded beyond material inheritance. The betrayer bows in full acknowledgement, and the family embraces a future unshadowed by deception. Michael says, even the last word carries blessing, my child. Witness how awareness, courage, and action unlock life-changing miracles. Type Amen 9999 to get your blessing. Archangel Michael says, my child, today the universe bends to reveal what was hidden, long awaited, and carefully protected. The betrayer's mask is lifted, and the family's true heart emerges in light and truth. Every secret, every suppressed truth, now comes forward, and your destiny is about to shift in ways unimaginable. The room glows with an ethereal light, warm yet intense, enveloping every person present in a sense of sacred awareness. Shadows, once symbols of secrecy and doubt, retreat as clarity and divine energy take hold. Michael says, even the shadows bow to truth, my child. Witness the alignment of hearts, intentions, and destiny in perfect harmony. A letter marked with golden ink rests at the center of the table, always pulsating with energy, signaling that the next revelation is of utmost importance. As you slowly open it, an overwhelming sense of connection, purpose, and clarity washes over you, unlike anything you have ever felt. Michael says, even a single letter may carry worlds, my child. Observe how divine timing orchestrates every detail. Type Amen 1111 to get your blessing. The betrayer's eyes whiten, the first signs of remorse and understanding shining through, as they witness the magnitude of the revelation and the mercy woven into the unfolding miracle. The family watches, some with tears, some with awe, as the ultimate inheritance, both material and spiritual, is revealed. Michael says, even the misguided heart may encounter mercy, my child. Witness how accountability and blessing coexist in perfect balance. Every document, map, and key unfolds into a story of unseen protection, guidance, and opportunities that were never obvious to the human eye. You realize that the inheritance is not just financial but a roadmap for life, guiding decisions, relationships, and purpose for generations. Michael says, even wealth carries purpose, my child. Observe how fortune, wisdom, and destiny intertwine seamlessly. Type Amen 2222 to get your blessing. The ally steps forward, placing a hand on your shoulder, a silent sign of strength, protection, and encouragement, ensuring you understand that this moment is sacred and irreversible. The energy in the room shifts again, heavier with anticipation yet lighter with understanding. Michael says, even support comes silently, my child. Witness how guidance and presence manifest at the exact right moment. A subtle hum, almost like the whisper of angels, fills the room, signaling the presence of ancestors observing and approving of the miracle being revealed. The betrayer, now visibly shaken, begins to comprehend the consequences of actions, realizing that intervention can never stop what the universe has ordained. Michael says, "Even silence carries power, my child. Observe how unseen forces orchestrate harmony and justice." Type Amen 3333 to get your blessing. You carefully read aloud the details of the inheritance, discovering hidden properties, confidential accounts, and ancestral treasures that had been waiting for someone worthy to claim them. Each revelation brings more clarity, purpose, and a sense of connection beyond the physical realm. Michael says, "Even secrets serve destiny, my child. Witness how wisdom and providence are intertwined in perfect timing." The elder, finally stepping fully into the room, acknowledges the miracle with a solemn yet proud expression, confirming that the family has endured, learned, and now stands ready for unity and growth. The betrayer, humbled and enlightened, nods, recognizing the importance of honesty, accountability, and embracing the path of redemption. Michael says, "Even humility opens doors, my child. Observe how courage and acknowledgement transform fate." Type Amen 4444 to get your blessing. You notice inscriptions and symbols on the letters and keys, each containing guidance, instructions, and secret blessings for future challenges and opportunities. The family collectively feels a shift, a renewed sense of purpose, unity, and empowerment, as if a weight has been lifted from everyone's shoulders. Michael says, "Even symbols carry messages, my child. Witness how understanding transforms energy into action and blessing." The betrayer, now fully aware of the impact of their past actions, extends a hand, signaling willingness to participate in restoring trust and unity. Every family member senses the miraculous nature of this reconciliation, understanding that true power lies not only in inheritance but in awareness, action, and integrity. Michael says, "Even reconciliation carries power, my child. Observe how truth and courage align hearts and destiny." Type Amen 5555 to get your blessing. A hidden compartment reveals journals and letters containing the family's history, wisdom, and life lessons, previously forgotten or ignored. As you read, insights and guidance seem to leap from the pages, almost as if written for your eyes alone, preparing you for the next phase of your life and responsibilities. Michael says, "Even the past guides the present, my child. Observe how knowledge becomes a bridge to miracles and prosperity." The ally quietly ensures that all documents are carefully preserved, maintaining both security and respect, signaling that divine timing, readiness, and responsibility are essential for the inheritance to be fully realized. Michael says, "Even preparation holds power, my child. Witness how care and intention amplify blessings and opportunities." Type Amen 6666 to get your blessing. The elder instructs everyone to participate in a simple ritual of acknowledgement, blessing, and gratitude, ensuring that the inheritance is not just received, but honored and integrated into the family's legacy. The energy in the room becomes almost tangible, a blend of joy, reverence, and anticipation for the miraculous outcomes that are already beginning to manifest. Michael says, "Even acknowledgement creates miracles, my child. Observe how intention, gratitude, and action summon blessings beyond expectation." You notice a hidden letter addressed specifically to you, not revealing its contents yet, but the aura around it pulsates with warmth, wisdom, and potential. You understand that this is the final key to unlocking the ultimate family miracle, a combination of guidance, legacy, and spiritual empowerment. Michael says, even a single message carries infinite power, my child. Witness how destiny and blessing converge through your attention and action. Type Amen 7777 to get your blessing. The betrayer, standing humbly, watches as you prepare to open the final envelope, understanding that this moment is sacred and irreversible. The family collectively holds its breath, knowing that the final revelation will not only transform your life, but will also restore the family's legacy and secure blessings for generations to come. Michael says, even the final step carries culmination, my child. Observe how courage, awareness, and faith reveal ultimate miracles. You slowly break the seal, feeling a surge of divine energy, guidance, and wisdom flowing through you. The contents reveal the final keys, both literal and symbolic, that connect wealth, knowledge, purpose, and family destiny. Michael says, even closure births new beginnings, my child. Witness the full circle of blessing, guidance, and miraculous alignment. Type Amen 8888 to get your blessing. Archangel Michael says, my child, the time has arrived where destiny can no longer wait. Every choice, every secret, and every intention is about to be illuminated with divine clarity. The family's future, the hidden treasures of wisdom and opportunity, and your path forward now converge in a miracle unlike anything you have experienced. A soft, golden light fills the room, expanding outward as if the walls themselves are breathing blessings into everyone present. Each person feels an invisible, yet undeniable weight of destiny lifting from their shoulders. Michael says, even the heaviest burdens vanish when truth and awareness illuminate the heart, my child. Witness how clarity transforms possibility into certainty. On the table lies an ancient, beautifully sealed chest, its surface engraved with symbols that resonate deep within your soul. You realize that what is inside holds answers to questions you didn't even know you had, guidance for challenges yet to come, and treasures long hidden from the world. Michael says, even the unseen holds miracles, my child. Observe how patience and attention unlock doors meant only for you. Type Amen 9999 to get your blessing. The betrayer steps forward hesitantly, hands trembling, as if they sense that the moment has surpassed all previous comprehension. There is no anger, no fear, only the undeniable presence of truth and accountability enveloping them. Michael says, even the misguided heart finds clarity when the divine orchestrates events, my child. Witness how revelation and mercy coexist. You gently lift the chest's lid, revealing layers of scrolls, letters, and objects that seem to hum with energy, their essence vibrating with purpose. Every item tells a story, carries a message, and radiates blessings meant to restore, guide, and empower. Michael says even objects speak, my child. Observe how intention imbues every detail with guidance and protection. Type Amen 1010 to get your blessing. As you sift through the contents, you discover notes written by ancestors who had foreseen this exact moment, offering counsel, warnings, and encouragement for future generations. The energy in the room rises, a delicate balance of awe, reverence, and profound gratitude filling every heart present. Michael says, even ancestors guide unseen, my child. Witness how love transcends time to protect and empower. The betrayer, now silent, watches each movement, each revelation, feeling both guilt and hope intertwining within them. Their realization is profound. The path to redemption begins with acknowledgement, truth, and cooperation. Michael says, even accountability becomes a blessing when hearts open, my child. Observe how transformation begins in courage and clarity. Type Amen 1112 to get your blessing. You uncover a special envelope marked with a radiant symbol, one that seems to pulse in rhythm with your heartbeat. Opening it, you find a message directly addressing your life's purpose, connecting the inheritance, family, and future opportunities in a single, powerful directive. Michael says, even a single message can reshape destiny, my child. Witness how divine timing delivers what is needed, exactly when it is meant. Every family member leans in, feeling the energy and understanding the magnitude of what is unfolding. Tears, smiles, and nods reflect a mixture of relief, hope, and awe at the miraculous sequence of events that brought everyone here. Michael says, even unity strengthens miracles, my child. Observe how presence, attention, and intention align destiny. Type Amen 1212 to get your blessing. The chest also contains key artifacts, each with a protective purpose, guiding your steps toward success, safeguarding your life, and empowering your decisions. The room feels alive, the energy palpable, as if unseen hands are gently orchestrating every movement, every thought, and every choice for the greatest good. Michael says, even protection comes quietly, my child. Witness how unseen forces guide and guard without limit. The betrayer steps closer, your expression softened, their intent clear, cooperation, reconciliation, and the promise of shared destiny. The family senses a subtle shift, the walls of distrust dissolving, replaced by understanding, love, and renewed purpose. Michael says, even reconciliation carries profound power, my child. Observe how courage, truth, and forgiveness shape miraculous outcomes. Type Amen 1313 to get your blessing. A small, intricately carved box within the chest reveals a map, not of places, but of opportunities, guiding decisions, investments, and relationships that will define your path ahead. Each line and symbol illuminates a part of life previously unseen, showing pathways to abundance, wisdom, and lasting influence. Michael says, even paths unseen become clear with guidance, my child. Witness how insight manifests as opportunity and blessing. The betrayer, now deeply reflective, watches as you place the items carefully, understanding that these treasures are not mere possessions but keys to family legacy, personal empowerment, and destiny fulfillment. Every step you take within this moment resonates with unseen energy, blessing every action and decision. Michael says, even observation teaches, my child. Observe how awareness transforms potential into reality. Type Amen 1414 to get your blessing. You open a final scroll, long hidden beneath others, its edges glowing faintly with divine light. Its contents outline responsibilities, guidance, and blessings for your next chapter, linking past, present, and future seamlessly. Michael says, even final steps carry infinite impact, my child. Witness how readiness and attention summon miracles into motion. Family members gather around, hands joined in silent acknowledgement, blessing, and gratitude for the guidance, the inheritance, and the miracle unfolding before them. The betrayer, humbled, joins the circle, signaling an end to deception and the beginning of a new, empowered alliance. Michael says, even circles of unity amplify blessings, my child. Observe how presence, intention, and acknowledgement create miraculous outcomes. Type Amen 1515 to get your blessing. The air vibrates with subtle whispers of encouragement, guidance, and love, as if the ancestors themselves are smiling at the way this moment has unfolded. Every person present feels empowered, guided, and aligned with purpose, ready to embrace their destiny and maximize the blessings granted. Michael says, even whispers carry power, my child. Witness how unseen love guides and strengthens. The chest now stands as a symbol, a tangible manifestation of divine timing, protection, and destiny alignment, a reminder that miracles are born from awareness, faith, and action. The betrayer, once hidden in shadows, now fully participates, embodying accountability, cooperation, and renewed purpose. Michael says, even symbols teach lessons, my child. Observe how tangible signs guide intangible growth and blessing. Type Amen 1616 to get your blessing. You realize that the inheritance, guidance, and blessings are not merely for personal gain but for the greater good, ensuring family unity, empowerment, and prosperity for generations. The betrayer nods with understanding, acknowledging the power of truth, collaboration, and divine orchestration. Michael says, even understanding changes destinies, my child. Witness how clarity, acceptance, and action manifest miracles. Every scroll, key, and letter is carefully returned to its place as the energy in the room settles, now permanent, secure, and ready to support life-changing growth. The family collectively feels a sense of completion, yet a beginning simultaneously, a duality of blessing and purpose. Michael says, even completion signals a new start, my child. Observe how endings and beginnings are woven together in divine harmony. Type Amen 1717 to get your blessing. Archangel Michael says, my child, this is the moment where destiny unfolds fully, where every hidden truth is revealed, and every blessing reaches its ultimate expression. What was once veiled now emerges, illuminating paths, hearts, and purpose with divine clarity. You are now at the center of a miracle that transcends understanding and shapes generations to come. A radiant light descends slowly, filling the room with warmth, calm, and power, touching every heart, mind, and soul present. Each person feels a deep resonance, as if every past worry, secret, and confusion is being lifted gently yet decisively. Michael says, even the heaviest shadows vanish when light touches the soul, my child. Witness how truth restores, heals, and empowers. In front of you lies a golden scroll, shimmering with divine symbols that seem to dance and shift according to your thoughts and intentions. Its contents are a detailed map of destiny, revealing opportunities, hidden wealth, guidance for family unity, and protection against unseen obstacles. Michael says, even destiny communicates clearly when one is ready, my child. Observe how preparation meets revelation. Type Amen 1818 to get your blessing. The betrayer, once shrouded in deceit, now stands quietly, eyes reflecting awe, humility, and newfound understanding. Their heart opens to accountability, realization, and the potential for reconciliation. Michael says, even the lost find guidance when truth arrives, my child. Witness how courage and honesty unlock transformation. You slowly unfold the scroll, revealing instructions, blessings, and assignments for the immediate future, ensuring every choice aligns with divine timing. Every symbol seems to pulse with energy, vibrating directly with your intuition, showing pathways for wealth, love, and protection. Michael says, even guidance appears in layers, my child. Observe how clarity deepens with attention and trust. Type Amen 1919 to get your blessing. A delicate hum fills the room, vibrating through the walls, ceiling, and floor, as if the house itself is rejoicing in this cosmic alignment. You sense that unseen forces are participating, orchestrating every detail for the highest good. Michael says, even the universe collaborates when intention is aligned, my child. Witness how cooperation extends beyond the visible realm. Family members gather closer, feeling a magnetic pull toward unity, understanding, and empowerment. Each interaction now carries weight, purpose, and blessing, as if every word and gesture is infused with sacred intention. Michael says, even presence matters, my child. Observe how shared focus amplifies blessings beyond imagination. Type Amen 2020 to get your blessing. You notice a smaller chest within the larger one, glowing softly with a warm golden light. Opening it reveals jewels, artifacts, and letters specifically meant for empowerment, guidance, and life transformation. Michael says, even the smallest container can hold immense power, my child. Witness how value manifests in forms unexpected yet perfect. The betrayer reaches forward, offering an apology that is sincere, heartfelt, and transformative, signaling a new chapter of cooperation and familial unity. The family feels the shift instantly, understanding that forgiveness and acceptance are keys to unlocking further blessings. Michael says, even reconciliation catalyzes miracles, my child. Observe how hearts aligned create abundance and protection. Type Amen 2121 to get your blessing. A letter addressed to you reveals instructions for a massive opportunity arriving within days, connecting family, wealth, and destiny in ways previously unimaginable. Its message is clear: immediate action, attention, and faith will unlock doors that were long closed. Michael says, even opportunity knocks once when timing is perfect, my child. Witness how readiness transforms potential into reality. Energy in the room intensifies, a vibrant mix of divine clarity, empowerment, and anticipation filling every corner. You feel as if every blessing, protection, and miracle is now tangible, within reach, and fully aligned with your intentions. Michael says, even feeling carries guidance, my child. Observe how awareness of energy directs action and destiny. Type Amen 2222 to get your blessing. A map within the chest reveals locations of hidden assets, opportunities for growth, and symbols for protection and guidance. Each mark, line, and symbol seems to communicate directly with your intuition, whispering secrets that only your heart can fully understand. Michael says, even maps speak when one listens, my child. Witness how understanding flows when heart and mind are aligned. The betrayer now kneels, overwhelmed by the presence of truth, accountability, and possibility, signaling a final release of old fears and the embrace of purpose. The room resonates with an energy of profound transformation, as if every shadow, secret, and doubt has been removed in preparation for greatness. Michael says, even surrender is powerful when aligned with truth, my child. Observe how humility births miracles. Type Amen 2323 to get your blessing. You find a diary, old and fragile, revealing the journey of ancestors who anticipated this moment, offering advice, blessings, and warnings for your future. Each entry is a thread connecting generations, showing how your life is the culmination of wisdom, courage, and divine orchestration. Michael says, even history guides when one reads with intention, my child. Witness how understanding lineage empowers choices. The chest now seems alive, humming softly, as if it is a vessel of both protection and instruction, ensuring that every decision you make is guided, blessed, and aligned. The betrayer now participates fully, supporting actions with sincerity and dedication, signaling a complete shift from betrayal to collaboration. Michael says, even objects bear witness to transformation, my child. Observe how energy and intention interact to create miracles. Type Amen 2424 to get your blessing. A glowing crystal rests at the center, radiating warmth, clarity, and wisdom that seems to fill the entire space. Touching it, you feel your mind expand, insights flood in, and clarity washes over past confusion. Michael says, even the smallest source holds infinite wisdom, my child. Witness how connection to divine energy transforms perception and decision-making. Family members gather around, forming a circle of trust, forgiveness, and understanding, their energy merging into one powerful stream of support, clarity, and blessing. The betrayer now speaks words of encouragement, acknowledgement, and promise, sealing the transformation with intention and action. Michael says, even speech creates change when hearts align, my child. Observe how commitment to truth manifests blessings. Type Amen 2525 to get your blessing. A final letter, glowing brighter than all others, contains the ultimate guidance, steps to maximize abundance, safeguard family legacy, and embrace personal power with responsibility and grace. The words pulse as if alive, responding to your attention, focus, and readiness to receive the full blessing. Michael says, even words become living instructions when received with intention, my child. Witness how readiness transforms guidance into action. The room fills with a quiet hum of harmony, understanding, and infinite possibility, as if unseen angels and ancestors alike are cheering for the successful alignment of truth, family, and destiny. You sense that this is not merely a moment, but a lifetime of miracles condensed into hours, a turning point in history, blessing, and purpose. Michael says, even time bends to clarity, my child. Observe how readiness, attention, and faith create miraculous timelines. Type Amen 2626 to get your blessing. Every item, letter, and artifact is carefully restored to its place, the energy solidifying into permanent guidance, protection, and empowerment for life ahead. Family members now radiate confidence, purpose, and alignment, fully aware of the blessings, inheritance, and divine orchestration that brought them together. Michael says, even order carries blessing, my child. Observe how structure and intention amplify miracles. The betrayer, now fully transformed, smiles, acknowledging the grace, forgiveness, and direction that has reshaped their journey. Their commitment to family, truth, and action signals an unbroken cycle of blessing, prosperity, and guidance for generations. Michael says, even the most broken paths can align with love and purpose, my child. Witness how transformation, when embraced, creates everlasting blessings. Type Amen 2727 to get your blessing. Archangel Michael says, my child, the moment has come when hidden forces align to bring clarity, abundance, and undeniable miracles. What once seemed impossible now reveals itself with effortless certainty, guiding your steps toward fulfillment and destiny. Open your heart, for divine intervention is actively shaping the course of your life and your family's legacy. A radiant golden light envelops the room, shimmering across walls and floor, creating a warmth that feels both protective and empowering. You notice subtle symbols in the light, moving gently, guiding your focus to areas that demand attention, reflection, and action. Michael says even illumination carries intention, my child. Witness how guidance comes in shapes, colors, and vibrations that awaken understanding. The betrayer, once hidden behind shadows of doubt and secrecy, now stands revealed in truth, their energy transforming from tension and deceit to openness and accountability. Your eyes meet yours, and a silent understanding passes, indicating a pivotal shift in both intention and action. Michael says, even the lost can find alignment when confronted with clarity, my child. Observe how truth reshapes relationships instantly. Type Amen 2828 to get your blessing. A hidden drawer slides open magically, revealing documents, treasures, and letters meticulously organized for your immediate empowerment. Each artifact seems to vibrate with energy, revealing instructions that connect wealth, family reconciliation, and protection simultaneously. Michael says, even objects hold wisdom, my child. Witness how attention and intention transform these items into tools of destiny. As you read, the letters illuminate secrets, blessings, and future opportunities that were obscured for years. Each word resonates within your being, confirming paths, decisions, and connections you might have overlooked. Michael says, even words carry energy when infused with purpose, my child. Observe how clarity multiplies when intention meets action. Type Amen 2929 to get your blessing. The betrayer now steps forward with sincerity, acknowledging every misstep, offering transparency, and committing to actions that support harmony, wealth, and family prosperity. The room vibrates with the power of transformation, signaling that forgiveness and accountability are catalysts for monumental change. Michael says, even acknowledgement heals, my child. Witness how courage and humility create new opportunities for miracles. A golden key appears in your hand, glowing intensely, symbolizing the unlocking of not only family unity, but also hidden opportunities in wealth, career, and personal growth. This key resonates with your energy, activating pathways that were previously dormant. Michael says, even keys hold power, my child. Observe how readiness and faith unlock doors unseen to the unprepared eye. Type Amen 3030 to get your blessing. The energy of ancestors fills the room, their presence protective, guiding, and celebratory. Their collective wisdom now merges with your awareness, offering guidance that bridges past, present, and future. Michael says, even generations guide when hearts are receptive, my child. Witness how ancestral wisdom amplifies destiny. A crystal of rare brilliance emerges from the chest, vibrating with clarity, confidence, and divine insight. Touching it sends waves of understanding throughout your mind, body, and soul, reinforcing clarity of purpose and vision. Michael says, even the smallest crystal contains infinite guidance, my child. The divine energy haves Persebian and Median. Type Amen 3131 to get your blessing. Family members now gather closer, their energy synchronized, creating a circle of trust, love, and divine alignment. Every gesture, smile, and word carries weight, activating blessings previously dormant. Michael says, even presence is powerful, my child. Witness how unity strengthens the manifestation of miracles. A letter addressed to you begins glowing, pulsating with urgency and divine timing, revealing specific instructions for wealth acquisition, protection, and family legacy preservation. Its words resonate with certainty, clarity, and immediate action required. Michael says, even timing matters, my child. Observe how preparation and readiness align with the divine clock. Type Amen 3232 to get your blessing. You notice an envelope marked with ancient symbols, guiding you to reveal hidden talents, resources, and connections. Each instruction promises transformation in your career, financial stability, and personal empowerment. Michael says, even hidden messages carry potential, my child. Witness how discovery translates into life-changing opportunities. The betrayer now fully participates in restoring energy, balance, and trust, transforming past negativity into a future of collaboration and shared success. The family's collective energy strengthens, producing a powerful resonance of abundance, protection, and divine favor. Michael says, even cooperation amplifies blessings, my child. Observe how alignment of purpose creates unstoppable momentum. Type Amen 3333 to get your blessing. A glowing map appears on the floor, revealing locations of hidden wealth, opportunities, and protective zones for the family. Every symbol seems alive, shifting, and glowing in response to your focus and intuition. Michael says, even maps breathe guidance, my child. Witness how attention and intention transform symbols into action. You pick up a sealed letter, feeling an undeniable pull, as if the letter contains the blueprint for life-changing wealth and opportunities arriving soon. The energy around it hums with promise, connection, and inevitability. Michael says, even the unseen can be revealed when focus is aligned, my child. Observe how readiness transforms potential into reality. Type Amen 3434 to get your blessing. The betrayer kneels in acknowledgement, their energy completely transformed from past mistakes to current commitment, signaling a pivotal family and spiritual breakthrough. Their words now carry sincerity, commitment, and readiness to collaborate in creating prosperity. Michael says, even surrender is powerful, my child. Witness how accountability fuels miracles and unlocks abundance. A golden orb emerges from the chest, symbolizing clarity, guidance, and wealth alignment. As you hold it, visions of financial, personal, and spiritual breakthroughs appear, showing the seamless connection between your choices and divine orchestration. Michael says, even symbols hold instructions, my child. Observe how alignment with intention manifests blessings quickly. Type Amen 3535 to get your blessing. You find an ancient journal detailing the family's hidden history, guidance for generational wealth, and secrets that only now reveal their full purpose. Every page seems to glow, connecting past sacrifices with future abundance, showing that timing and readiness were key. Michael says, even history guides when attention meets intention, my child. Witness how understanding lineage empower decision-making. Energy in the room intensifies as blessings, wealth, guidance, and protection fully converge. You feel an unmistakable sense of alignment, clarity, and divine timing, confirming that all pieces are in place. Michael says, even convergence signals readiness, my child. Observe how alignment accelerates miracles and ensures protection. Type Amen 3636 to get your blessing. Archangel Michael says, my child, the time of revelation has escalated beyond what you imagined. Hidden forces are now fully aligned to bring clarity, protection, and life-altering blessings. Stand firm and open yourself to the divine orchestration that is about to manifest every aspect of your destiny. A radiant light fills the room, stronger than before, illuminating every corner and revealing symbols on walls, floor, and ceiling that were invisible moments ago. These symbols pulse with energy, vibrating with truth, wealth, and protection, calling your attention to choices you must make immediately. Michael says, even light speaks, my child. Observe how energy shapes the reality you are about to step into. You notice subtle movements in the air, as if invisible hands are placing tools, keys, and letters in exact positions to guide your decisions. Each placement resonates with intention, revealing connections between family, wealth, and divine timing. Michael says, even the unseen is orchestrated, my child. Witness how guidance manifests in alignment with your readiness. Type Amen 3737 to get your blessing. A series of letters unfolds before you, each glowing and vibrating with the energy of truth and revelation. One letter exposes the identity of the betrayer, but also highlights their hidden potential for transformation. Michael says, even betrayal holds lessons, my child. Observe how awareness brings power and restores balance. As you read, a golden path emerges on the floor, leading to treasures, insets, and opportunities meant for your hands alone. Every step resonates with confidence, courage, and certainty, guiding you toward the fulfillment of your destiny. Michael says, even paths appear when purpose aligns, my child. Witness how clarity transforms steps into miracles. Top Amen 3838 to get your blessing. The betrayer steps forward, energy now transformed, acknowledging past actions and committing to the restoration of family honor, unity, and prosperity. Their gestures, words, and presence radiate sincerity and accountability. Michael says, even the untrustworthy can align when clarity arrives, my child. Observe how commitment shifts energy and opens doors of abundance. A glowing chest reveals itself, containing documents, jewels, and instructions for immediate wealth, personal growth, and protection of family legacy. Each item vibrates with divine energy, activating pathways for transformation and manifestation. Michael says, even objects carry energy when intention is present, my child. Witness how readiness transforms potential into reality. Tap Amen 3939 to get your blessing. Ancestors' presence becomes tangible, their energy guiding your hands, your eyes, and your decisions. They whisper instructions through vibrations and symbols, connecting past sacrifices with present opportunity. Michael says, even generations communicate when hearts are open, my child. Observe how ancestral wisdom accelerates miracle. You find a rare crystal pulsating with light, clarity, and knowledge. Touching it floods your mind with insights about wealth, destiny, and family alignment. Michael says, even the smallest crystal holds infinite guidance, my child. Witness how focus and intention unlock miracles. Type Amen 4040 to get your blessing. Family members now gather closer, energy synchronized, creating a circle of trust and collective empowerment. Every smile, gesture, and word amplifies blessings, protection, and destiny alignment. Michael says, even presence carries power, my child. Observe how unity magnifies divine favor. A letter begins glowing urgently, revealing wealth transfers, property instructions, and immediate actions to secure your legacy. Every word resonates with clarity, urgency, and divine timing. Michael says, even timing matters, my child. Witness how readiness aligns with opportunity to create miracles. Type Amen 4141 to get your blessing. A hidden envelope reveals secret talents, undiscovered abilities, and connections that lead to abundance. Following the instructions ensures alignment with wealth, family, and divine protection. Michael says, even hidden messages carry power, my child. Observe how discovery transforms your life. The betrayer now fully participates, offering transparency, collaboration, and commitment to family restoration. Their energy transforms past errors into a foundation for prosperity. Michael says, even accountability fuels miracles, my child. Witness how cooperation multiplies blessings exponentially. Type Amen 4242 to get your blessing. A glowing map on the floor shows locations of hidden treasures, protected zones, and opportunities for family growth. Symbols shift and respond to your focus, revealing the exact actions required to secure wealth and protection. Michael says, even maps breathe guidance, my child. Observe how attention transforms symbols into reality. A sealed letter pulses in your hands, containing the blueprint for life-changing wealth, family restoration, and spiritual alignment. The room vibrates as the letter's energy merges with yours, confirming that destiny is ready to unfold. Michael says, even unseen forces respond when intention is focused, my child. Witness how preparation brings certainty. Type Amen 4343 to get your blessing. The betrayer kneels fully, energy aligned with sincerity and readiness to restore trust, love, and family unity. Words of commitment, apology, and promise radiate transformation. Michael says, even surrender opens gates, my child. Observe how humility and courage unlock miracles and abundance. A golden orb appears, radiating clarity, protection, and wealth alignment. Holding it shows visions of financial breakthroughs, family blessings, and divine guidance. Michael says, even symbols hold instructions, my child. Witness how alignment creates unstoppable momentum. Type Amen 4444 to get your blessing. You discover an ancient journal detailing family secrets, generational wealth, and divine guidance for prosperity. Each page glows, linking past, present, and future, revealing that timing and readiness have always been your allies. Michael says, even history guides when hearts are open, my child. Witness how understanding lineage empowers destiny. Energy intensifies, blending protection, wealth, and guidance in a convergence that confirms alignment. Every choice, gesture, and thought now multiplies blessings, making miracles inevitable. Michael says, even convergence signals readiness, my child. Observe how alignment accelerates your destiny and secures protection. Type Amen 4545 to get your blessing. Archangel Michael says, my child, the culmination of clarity, destiny, and transformation is at your doorstep. Hidden forces have converged to present you with unprecedented opportunity and guidance. Prepare to step fully into the blessings and revelations that will redefine your family, wealth, and personal destiny. A brilliant golden light floods your space, stronger than ever before, revealing symbols, pathways, and hidden objects that glow with divine energy. Each symbol hums with frequency, offering insight, guidance, and protection in ways that words cannot describe. Michael says, even light communicates, my child. Witness how energy guides action and reveals hidden potential. You notice subtle currents of energy weaving through the room, connecting objects, letters, and family members with invisible threads of clarity, trust, and abundance. Every movement aligns with your focus, amplifying your understanding of past events and future opportunities. Michael says, even unseen currents shape reality, my child. Observe how focus transforms potential into manifestation. Type Amen 4646 to get your blessing. Letters, maps, and symbols hover before you, each revealing secrets of family betrayal, hidden talent, and upcoming wealth. The betrayer now stands fully illuminated by truth, their energy transparent, accountable, and aligned with divine intention. Michael says, even betrayal holds a path to awakening, my child. Witness how awareness creates transformation and restores trust. A glowing chest opens before you, revealing treasures, letters, and crystal artifacts vibrating with clarity, protection, and abundance. Each item hums with energy designed to guide your steps toward immediate family unity and financial growth. Michael says, even objects hold purpose, my child. Observe how readiness and intention activate miracles. Type Amen 4747 to get your blessing. Ancestors' presence intensifies, their energy filling the room with protection, guidance, and celebration. Your whispers bring clarity, connecting past sacrifices to present blessings and future opportunities. Michael says, even generations guide when hearts are opened, my child. Witness how ancestral wisdom strengthens destiny. A rare crystal radiates light, sending waves of understanding and insight through your mind, body, and spirit. Touching it clarifies family alignment, hidden opportunities, and financial growth. Michael says, even small crystals carry infinite guidance, my child. Observe how energy reveals opportunities previously unseen. Type Amen 4848 to get your blessing. Family members now move closer, their energies merging into a powerful circle of trust, love, and divine connection. Every word, gesture, and thought now amplifies blessings, protection, and unity. Michael says, even presence carries immense power, my child. Witness how unity enhances divine favor and manifests miracles. A glowing letter pulsates urgently, revealing instructions to secure wealth, family harmony, and protection. Every word vibrates with certainty and immediate action required. Michael says, even timing matters, my child. Observe how readiness aligns with divine opportunity. Type Amen 4949 to get your blessing. Hidden envelopes reveal secret talents, undiscovered abilities, and connections that lead to life-changing opportunities. Following instructions ensures alignment with divine guidance, financial growth, and family protection. Michael says, even hidden messages carry enormous potential, my child. Observe how discovery translates into miracles. The betrayer now fully participates, energy transformed, offering complete transparency and commitment to restoring family harmony. Their presence fuels collective strength, prosperity, and spiritual alignment. Michael says, even accountability magnifies blessings, my child. Witness how cooperation multiplies divine favor. Type Amen 5050 to get your blessing. A glowing map appears, revealing locations of hidden treasures, safe zones, and opportunities for family and financial growth. Symbols shift and respond to your focus, showing exactly where action must be taken. Michael says, even maps breathe divine guidance, my child. Observe how attention transforms symbols into tangible results. A sealed letter in your hand pulses with energy, containing instructions for wealth, spiritual awakening, and family restoration. The room vibrates as your energy synchronizes with the letter, confirming readiness for manifestation. Michael says, even unseen forces align with intention, my child. Witness how preparation transforms potential into certainty. Type Amen 5151 to get your blessing. The betrayer kneels, energy aligned with accountability, sincerity, and readiness to restore family trust. Words of commitment, humility, and promise now carry transformative power. Michael says, even surrender opens divine gates, my child. Witness how humility and courage unlock blessings and abundance. A golden orb appears, radiating clarity, protection, and immediate wealth alignment. Holding it shows visions of financial breakthroughs, spiritual awakening, and family unity converging in perfect timing. Michael says, even symbols carry instruction, my child. Observe how alignment creates unstoppable momentum. Type Amen 5252 to get your blessing. An ancient journal surfaces, detailing family secrets, generational wealth, and divine guidance for immediate prosperity. Each page illuminates timing, readiness, and the interconnectedness of past, present, and future events. Michael says, even history guides when hearts are open, my child. Witness how understanding lineage strengthens destiny. Energy intensifies, blending wealth, family unity, protection, and divine guidance in a convergence that confirms alignment. Every thought, action, and choice now multiplies blessings exponentially, making miracles inevitable. Michael says, even convergence signals readiness, my child. Observe how alignment activates miracles, wealth, and protection simultaneously. Tap Amen 5353 to get your blessing. A secret vault reveals hidden letters, keys, and wealth instructions, each vibrating with certainty, opportunity, and protection. Following the guidance ensures immediate transformation of your family's fortune and alignment with divine timing. Michael says, even hidden treasures reveal themselves to the ready, my child. Witness how action meets opportunity to manifest blessings beyond imagination. Family members now radiate energy in perfect harmony, creating a protective and empowering circle that amplifies wealth, clarity, and spiritual awakening. Every action and decision made within this circle is accelerated by divine alignment. Michael says, even collective energy multiplies miracles, my child. Observe how unity unlocks opportunities for abundance, protection, and legacy. Type Amen 5454 to get your blessing.